All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Awfully Silly. My name is Conception, the host of the show, and we are going to be diving into some incredible, silly, ridiculous, awful, whatever you want to call it, simulation games today. And I'm very excited for this theme. It's been one I have had in the back of my mind for a while, and it finally came together. So I'm very excited. Before we jump in, though, just want to remind everybody that if you happen to be looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, feel free to join the official Games Done Quick Discord. There's a hotfix role there that you can add that lets you stay in the loop on everything hotfix related. But in general, the server lets you stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. So feel free to use !Discord in the Twitch chat for an invite and for some more information about that. But without further ado, we have a loaded show today. We got to get right into it. I'm very excited. We're diving into simulation games today. The first couple have a very distinctive theme in the sense that they're not only simulation games, but they're also revolving around animals. And this first one is quite a famous example of that, I would say. First game we're going to be featuring tonight is Goat Simulator 3, and it's going to be run by Spectral. So Spectral, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Conception. Hey, everyone, I'm Spectral, and this is Goat Simulator 3. We're going to be doing the category Beat the Farmer. I'm going to start so you can watch the background cutscene, important lore for Goat Simulator 3. And with me, I have a commentator that's expert on goat simulation technology and goats and Swedish culture, and I promise that's going to come up later in the run. A goated commentator, if you will, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Hekime, or Heki, and I am from Sweden, and I have seen a couple of goats in my life, so I think I'm very suitable for this commentary.
All right, and the time will start when I skip the second cutscene. If everyone's ready, I'm going to give a countdown.
Look at me. Now look over there.
All right, 3.
Yeah, you are already. Feel free.
Yeah, sure. 3, 2, 1, goat. Go. Anyways, all right, so right away, we're going to start synchronizing with our goat tower to get a lay of the land, as one does in any sandbox game. And as we are doing that, our first major trick is going to be coming up, which is doing some of the missions, not exactly blindfolded, but with a fixed camera while a cutscene is progressing. In this game, we can control Pilgor, our goat, that is, during cutscenes, and that's going to be one of the ways that we try to gain as much time as possible by going fast and trying to get to upcoming missions. And this category is Beat the Farmer, which is the closest thing we have to an any percent in this game. And the requirement is doing the missions and getting 175 points as quickly as possible so we can upgrade our goat tower with all the upgrades and then unlock the final boss fight of the game. And now I'm going to be getting our most important movement item in this game, which is our bread and butter item, which is the rocket boost. And using that, I can go around a whole lot faster. And more importantly, I can open and close the menu each time to reset the ability so I can start chaining my rocket boosts back to back mid-air. And now I'm going to, while I go fishing and angering God, Heki, do you want to explain how ragdolling works in this game, which is a fairly prominent mechanic?
Sure. Ragdolling, you might be familiar with in many other games, but particularly silly games like this. I love ragdolling mechanics. It's so much fun. I love just crawling around on the floor, rolling around. But it's not super great for speedrunning. If you hit a wall in Goat Simulator, you kind of fall to the ground, you ragdoll a bit, and then it takes time to get back up on your feet, which in speedrunning is not the best if you are trying to go fast. So hopefully Spectral will not run into any of those issues today.
I think I just clipped inside a house. Okay, that's new. Yeah, we were just evicting some people by literally uprooting their homes, and we just got clipped inside their house. But that's okay. And now we're gonna pick up 2 other items that are very important to the speedrun. One is the demon face, which is basically sort of if you ever played Katamari Damacy, this will be familiar. This object basically creates this vortex of items in front of us. And because this game is heavily fetch quests, an item that allows us to pick up items really fast in front of us is a really, really convenient thing to have. And the other one is laser goggles, and they're going to come up a few times later in the run, but I think for most of our quests we're going to be using the demon face. But for now, it's just in time for our blood ritual, so we're going to collect a few scarecrows, and we're going to take him to this little convenient summoning circle. And you might notice that I'm opening and closing the menu quite a bit to keep resetting my boost ability. But one thing that's kind of important to mention is after every mission, I will have to open and close the menu twice instead of once because of how this game's menuing system works. And that can be a little disorienting at first. And while the ritual is running, we are going to join a talent show. We don't need to showcase our talents. We can just vote on their behalf. And just in time, we have become a scarecrow, and now we can feed our chicken.
What did the chicken eat?
Oh. Well, possibly one of the farmers, but not the farmer, so the run continues.
Great.
Great
Thank you
news.
for clarifying.
And there is our grandma. We just took care of her real quickly. GG grandma. And now we are
grandma.
going to take care. We're going to help our friend Steve. He is drowning, and this is a dire situation. You can see him right
no.
there. There is Steve. We rescued him. But we're not going to be playing as Steve in this run a whole lot, but instead we are going to pick up Tasty Goat. And Tasty Goat is actually the fastest character in the game for some reason. And even though he's really fast, he's also really hard to control. So we're only going to use him in a few select moments. And now we have to whack a few moles. We normally have to whack 15 moles here. But what we can do is we can go into slow-mo mode and stack a whole bunch of hits that we are not supposed to and take this, go through that sequence rather quickly. And now we are going to play a certain melody that sounds rather familiar. Can't quite put my finger on it, but... And now we're gonna quickly go down here and pay our respects. We don't have an F button on the controller, unfortunately, so we'll have to press Y and pay our respects. But there was an attempt, at least. And even during this cutscene, we are just collecting a whole bunch of people because we just got access to the church, which is a CrossFit church, and we need to we need some new recruits on these treadmills. There we go.
This game is wild.
And while that's happening, we are running late for our cooking lesson, so let's get there real quick. Oh, there's our cooking lesson. All right. And now here's our second Go Tower. And just like the first one, we're going to be doing some movement during this Go Tower. And one thing, Heikki explained ragdolling earlier in the run, but I think that's also a kind of an important reference to fainting goats. If you're familiar with that, there is a certain type of goat, species of goat that actually when they get frightened or when they panic, their muscles like tighten and they basically ragdoll because all their muscles tighten up or seize up. So this game, if anything, is probably one of the most accurate goat simulation games out there today.
Very realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna just play with these shiny buttons for a second. I don't know what they do, but while that's they're doing their thing, we're gonna go assemble some furniture. Heikki, do you want to talk about this mission?
Oh yeah, this is my mission. This is when you go to Sweden. That's a part of the map. And you grab these cartons with furniture parts that you then use to assemble in your house, just like we do in Sweden.
And actually, we built an item called Teleport, which keeps spawning Swedish men out of the portal. And I don't know where they're coming from, but if I had to hazard a guess, I would think they're coming from Gothenburg, which I believe is a city.
Yeah. This is just how us Swedes get around. We just teleport everywhere.
How advanced of you.
And now we're going to help our local community real quickly. We're going to bring out the best of them. They're spinning, but not fast enough. But maybe now they're spinning a little too fast. Oh, I just saw Pilgor flying out in the air. That's probably not good. Okay. That's okay. We can always respawn to where we need to be. And the buttons we pressed earlier, we skipped that cutscene by going outside of the trigger zone. That's another way we can skip cutscenes by basically flying out of the mission area. But that resulted in this nuke landing here, which we can defuse. We are qualified or not.
Mm-hmm.
And you may notice that we've gone from assembling IKEA furniture to detonating a nuclear bomb under 2 minutes. But such is the life of a goat.
Busy schedule.
And now we help some doomsday preppers by placing essentials in their shelter, like metal sheets and, chicken wire. And then we're gonna contribute to our local artwork by making our own additions. And then we're gonna go bird watching. So everyone on the stream and in chat, if you can find a bird, please let us know. They tend to be a little elusive. And I'm just gonna swap.
Okay, we gotta watch really, really carefully.
Okay.
Nothing so far. Is the game bugged? Hold on.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay. I guess bird watching is all about patience. And now we have some tree huggers here. They are hugging these trees, and you might think that's in protest, but actually what's happening is they're stunting these trees' growth by sapping their energy. So we are just helping the trees by getting rid of them. But we're gonna take a small break from helping the trees because here is Becky, she has big feet, and there is a nearby protest about for Bigfoot. So we're gonna prove everyone that Bigfoot is indeed real once and for all, and settle this debate.
Poor Becky.
I know.
And we're gonna stop by the lumber mill, the lumber yard real quick. The sawmill, they're having an issue with their logging device. But if we help them close the circuit, now they can receive output logs again, which means they can debug their sawmill or something. And we're just about done with this mountain area. There are some really good quests here, but again, we're actually doing only about 3/4 of the quests in this game because a lot of them are quite slow and waste a ton of time. So it's really a matter of optimizing the route to find the fastest quests that are going to give us the most number of points, because not every quest gives the same number of points. Just gonna supply this house with green energy. In the meanwhile, if anyone has any gold facts for us, Heiki, or anything you wanna ask, this is a really good time for that because we have a bit of cutscenes coming up.
Yeah, I have a great goat fact. As you might know, goats have often yellow eyes, and their pupils, just like horses, are of a rectangular shape. They're like very elongated, but horizontal, not vertical. Think Geralt of Rivia if he was laying down. However, goats are not witchers.
Not yet.
Not that we know of. By the way, we
Yeah.
are saving our friend Rosie if she feels like coming with us, which she is not at the moment. She can be a little finicky. She is captured by poachers, and just like Steve, she needs help, and we're gonna pick her up. Okay, she's with us. Sometimes she won't cooperate, and she will keep despawning, and then we would have to do a backup mission. But I think this time she's gonna play nice. And there is Rosie, and now we're gonna become our tasty goat again and pick up another animal in need of saving. Billy here, legally distinct Billy.
Billy.
There you go. Now you're free. They should make a movie about that whale. Really a touching story. And now we're gonna dig for treasure while Billy is out there. I wonder what happened to Billy. I hope we'll run into him again later in the run. And while Kraken is digging for treasure on our behalf, I'm just gonna prepare for the next mission. Now we're going to Comic-Con. Exciting.
Naturally.
Oops.
Yippee!
That scream was Pilgor, by the way. That's one of the sounds she can make. And we don't have a lot of time to stick around, but we are gonna go ahead and create our custom character. There you go, beautiful. And then we're gonna prove our worth by pulling the sword. We just need to get Coco out of the way here. And it looks like we just missed the cycle for this mission, so I'm gonna go ahead and do another mission first. We're just gonna help them set up this parade here by inflating this, well, goat inflatable. Oh, I barely missed it. That's okay. We can wait. We have time. It takes about 10 seconds. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna give you a goat fact meanwhile.
Of course.
In Swedish, goat is called get. In German, it's tige. In Finnish, it's vuhi. And in English, goat is goat.
Thank you
That
for
checks out.
informative fact. And if I don't miss it this time, there we go. And now our town is free of superheroes. I'm sure that won't cause any problems. And now that the superhero is taken out, we can go participate in a diamond heist. We're just going to print screen through our bowl here, and then we're going to use our trust to respawn before they can throw us in the jail and pull off a successful heist. And now we're going to go to the construction zone and start helping the workers here. Their shift is done, but they cannot get off the steel beam here, so we're just going to help them down. Please.
Yeah, it looks very helpful. Yeah.
I think this man wants to do overtime. Please.
I really
Okay,
need
thank you.
this.
Just doing our part, helping the community, you know. All right, and now disaster struck. This one worker is stuck under this container. Hecky, do you want to explain this mission and what happens once we finish this mission?
Yeah, somebody's stuck under container, and it's very important that we lift it up very, very fastly so he can get out. And they lift it so fast that it actually ends up flying all the way up into the air. And then it eventually also comes down. So does also a lot of other containers throughout the rest of the game. So at any point during the rest of the run, Spectral is actually running a risk of getting hit by a massive container that will crash down on him and will cost a little bit of time. So hopefully we don't get that happening to us today.
Actually, funny enough, there is a risk of that happening in this during that cutscene, and I won't see it happen. So I'll just end up finding myself in the ocean. But what we want to do in that cutscene, and that went rather well, is we want to make our way all the way to this island, and then use the founding fathers' fishing rod to reel in this lighthouse. Now that this part of the map has a functional lighthouse, we're going to immediately decommission it by breaking its light bulb, as you would expect a goat to do. And with
Very
that,
chaotic.
we're entering our final section or the final, I guess, part of final town, I should say, or settlement of this map, because there are 5 distinct settlements and there are 5 distinct goat towers. We only do 3 goat towers in this run because that's all the points we need, and goat towers are slow because of their cutscenes. We just need to grab 5 buckets of sand. 4 of them are already pre-filled for us, which is rather nice. And why is there a lightning bolt in front of me? But it's okay, I'm sure it will work itself out. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, but that's how this game usually goes. All right, and inside the castle...
Wow, this looks familiar.
This looks like a rather interesting map. Oh, and there's our container, by the way. I think it would be rather popular if they made a shooter game map out of this layout. Just kind of gives me that
Yeah,
vibe.
I can see it. Yeah.
There are so many sand people, and there's only one counter sand on our team, so we'll have to go ahead and protect this sand site A. I believe that's what it's called. All right.
Luckily, there were no snipers.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
good that there's nothing
No
on the other
ops.
side of that double doors.
Yeah.
All right, and now that we come to the city center of Gothenburg, we have a statue to vandalize, as one does. And we're actually just about done with the first part of this run. We are moving at a blazing fast speed, which is, what you want to see. Not that this game always lets you do that. You can go a little too fast. That's something you have to be mindful of. If you go too fast, random objects will not spawn in. If they don't spawn in, you won't be able to complete the mission. So there is such thing as going too fast in this game, even in speedrunning context. But let's visit another friend of ours in the vastness of ocean. There's a boy, maybe a real boy even.
Oh no!
I think it'll be fine, but oh no, is that Billy that we just saved earlier? I guess his freedom did not last very long.
But he has built himself a family.
That is true.
Certainly looks that way, yeah.
And if you do play this game casually, you will normally see a cutscene of him getting swallowed as soon as he swims out to the ocean. But because we're speedrunning, we move out of the cutscene's trigger zone, so that never happens. So we can keep on thinking that Billy is actually free for a little while longer. And while this cutscene is playing out, we're gonna make our way to the final mission of this part of the final, I guess, quest we have to do to earn points, and that's gonna be breaking this dam. And while that cutscene's playing out, actually, I can teleport to the goat tower. And then as soon as the cutscene is over, I can enter the Go Tower, which I, for some reason, cannot do during this cutscene. And now that we have enough points, we want to go ahead and start upgrading our Go Tower as quickly as possible.
This is the first time you're inside of this building. This is like your sanctuary, right?
Yes, it is. And actually, I am realizing something interesting. We got our infamous bug where one of the missions did not give us points. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to go back and do a backup mission. So we're going to see a little more of Goat Sim, which is always fun.
Yay, more goats.
And I think I should be able to move during this cutscene. And why we leave this for last, and that's a good question, Heki, is these Goats Tower upgrades take a little while So we want to kind of bump them back to back so that we don't waste a lot of time going in and out and doing missions. All right, let's run for president. That wasn't in my card.
Wow.
That wasn't what I was expecting to do today, but... I mean, normally we're supposed to
you win.
Is this how we are campaigning now? We are forcing people into the booths.
Basically. I mean, they would have voted for us anyways, or so I'd like to think. But I think we can
of course.
Their life a little bit easier by,
And this is just a couple of people that are voting and giving you all of the votes?
Maybe. And we want to get out of there before the election cutscene plays, and I think we should just now have enough points. Let me double check that. Yes, we have exactly just enough points to continue with our upgrades. And now we have about 2 minutes of downtime, so why don't we dress up our goat? Heki, do you have any suggestions for the outfits that we should pick?
Do you need the? I really like the ones where you change your feet to this. I don't. Do you need your rocket boots to get around?
No, I don't.
I really like the little elf shoes. They do a little jingle when you walk, and no matter where you walk, they just jingle. It gets me in the spirit of this current season.
Actually, yeah, absolutely. The current season, let's completely dress up as an elf. And I believe this is called Galadriel's rebellious phase. Yeah, that's what it's called. Which I like to believe is canon.
Oh, for sure.
But
at a moment.
If you have any announcements, by the way, we have a lot of free time in the section while we're going through all these upgrades and getting all these amenities for our Go Tower. Feel free to chime in.
Sure, I got you one here. So if you are just tuning in a little bit late here, so you didn't catch the beginning of this run, or maybe you didn't check out Perilous Paths earlier, I have great news for you. You can catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, other marathon runs from our mainline events, or other events in general over on our YouTube, youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube in the future, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ.
By the way, if you could remind me, Conception, what is the next run that's coming up? Because I want to replace our horns with something more fancy, but...
So we are going right from the Goat Simulator to Deer Simulator.
Oh, then I should not be going for the antlers, because we do have a somewhat of a fragile ecosystem between the simulator games, and I don't think that would do. But, instead we can go for the cone horns. I think that would really feel right for the season.
We don't have any ice cream simulator or anything coming up, so you're safe there.
And I think our current combination of elf outfit with cone horns makes quite the combination.
Mm-hmm.
And we have our this is our final upgrade, and now we're gonna open up the boss fight, and we're gonna open the gates, and then we are gonna be able to take down the farmer, or so I'd like to think.
Why are we taking down this farmer? What has he done?
I guess his sheer existence is offensive to the goat, is about the only answer I have.
Understandable.
And this is already starting to look like quite the intimidating boss fight. I'm not sure what's going to come up next, but... I can't wait to see what the farmer has in store for us.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold your horses now, partner. What are you doing here already? You can't possibly have unlocked all the castle upgrades. I gotta be honest, I was not expecting you quite so soon. As you can see, I'm not really done with the boss fight.
Oh,
It's as we say in the game.
I guess there are downsides to speedrunning. The game is just not quite ready for us yet.
It takes a
Got it.
long
Okay.
time
Oh no.
to make a game, you know.
I love that staring to the camera.
The deadpan look, yeah.
Go ahead,
The needless shade to the player.
got some trinkets or whatever you kids do these days. Come back soon.
Well, it turns out we don't get a boss fight. He's just not quite ready for us. But as you remember, we are here to beat the farmer, not necessarily for a boss fight. So if we can take down the farmer in any way, that should be good enough for us. And there goes the farmer. And I believe that should be the end of the game.
Wow.
Yeah, that was easy. That was kind of anticlimactic.
Yippee!
Oh, there goes Pilgor. Oh, welcome back. Actually, we can dance. We can celebrate our
Oh, sure.
No, you kidding
Oh.
me? I worked
Oh no.
hard to cram so much content into the damn game. Events, mini games, stupid goat towers. What the hell is a goat tower anyway? And you can't even wait a little while for the perfect boss fight? Fine, have it your way. I'll just have you improvise.
And while he's being upset with us, I'm just gonna grab a couple items here and prepare for the upcoming phases of the fight. Okay, that's a good placement, I would like to think. And so how the boss fight works is we are going to have a number of phases, about 5 or so phases. This first phase is largely going to be dodging obstacles and then hitting the farmer when he jumps back on the stage. Also, I keep hearing the jingle. I couldn't remember. I forgot they were coming from the shoes. I'm like, what is this jingle sound?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
It is good, though. I'll give you that.
I will end you.
So these two sub-phases of this, or these two segments have dead zones. So we can just stay in the dead zone and none of these attacks can really hit us. And we're using the laser goggles and headbutts combined to deal double damage so we can expedite the phases or make it go by that much faster. But really, we're not doing a whole lot. We can keep dancing. And I hope the story has been making sense so far. I know there's been a lot happening, but I think it, ties in together.
Yeah, it's all crystal clear. I can't imagine why anybody would have a question.
Elbow drop.
Sometimes people say RKO out of nowhere. That's my favorite, but I don't think we're getting an RKO this time. And this last
too
phase,
bad.
we have to avoid the tractors, but we can also just use our magic beanstalk from our very first mission that I did somewhat off screen or off camera, and we can just kind of cheese this part by not, staying on the stage. A lot of our equipment is actually disabled for this section. Like there's the DLC item that gives us a flying broomstick that's disabled, and I don't believe you can keep boosting around the entire time. But this somehow is a bit of a, it's an oversight. But you can see how he's trying to keep up the challenge by, making these spawn faster and faster.
Oh, shit, enough of this. Now I'm warmed up. You're not gonna like what comes next. Oh, hold on. Give me a sec. Here, play with this in the meantime.
All right, while he's preparing for the next phase, I'm going to prepare as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some of our goat friends that we have not bought previously. And actually, you know what? We can play as the board game goat for a little while. We have not seen him.
That's cute.
I'm back. It's time to...
And now this is going to be a few phases of hide and seek. On the first phase, you can actually peek through the boss screen and see if he's going to be in the one particular corner, which he is. So that's pretty good. And then for the next phase, he's going to be inside a random box. And the boxes are somewhat close to the ground, so we can switch to Tony Shark, which we haven't seen so far in this run, and get to the boxes very quickly. And we might be able to take him down rather quickly here. And then for the third phase, we have to pick Tall Goat because he's actually cheating. He's not going to be on the stage, but he's going to be over on above one of the scaffolds here. And then for the final phase, we can stick with our good old Pilgor because there are going to be a bunch of doppelgangers. And again, we can headbutt them one by one, but the faster way of doing that is just using the laser goggles. And laser goggle really gets a lot of use in this particular part of the run. And with that, we are going to be entering the platformer section of this boss fight.
Oh, here we go! Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna boot this up right here. I'm about to go retro on your ass.
All right, so he's going to go retro on our goat. This is basically, if you've ever played Super Mario Land, very familiar, very similar to that, but we don't have time for that, so we're just going to pig boost through the whole thing. And what's coming up is probably the weirdest combination in the game. It's going to be the firework launcher, the rocket boots, and then the laser goggles. And the reason why we're picking this odd set of equipment is we're going to have a lengthy cutscene where we cannot control the goat, but we can still use our items and we can still ragdoll. And by using the rocket launcher, we can ragdoll around the map and try to destroy all these servers. The purpose of this part is the farmer gets really upset with us, and then in his anger, he breaks one of the servers and realizes that breaking the servers is very detrimental to his well-being. And then we start breaking the servers. And we're trying to break as many servers as possible during this cutscene. And then hopefully that will save us a bit of time once we regain our control. All right, so that's just about the end of the boss fight. We have one more section coming up. And now that we have actually taken down the farmer, the simulation will start breaking down and we need to get out of here fast. And as you have seen a few times in the run, not in great length, but in shorter segments, goats are actually great drivers, so we're gonna drive out of here. Okay. Why did that car? Okay, that's fine. It's Goat Sim. I stopped questioning this game. This section likes to troll quite a bit. The car controls are not as precise as you would expect from a game about goat simulation. But we'll try.
I would expect it to be really precise, yeah.
Exactly, but for some reason it just isn't. So we make our best. We try our best to not to flip the car over too many times, and hopefully it will go smoothly, and then we will be out of here in no time at all. And this is actually, interestingly enough, even though the boss fight itself is one of the more chill parts of the game, it is possible to soft lock here right at the end of the run by getting stuck under one of these ramps. And I've heard of new runners doing exactly that, which is very discouraging, but it's like about the last 10 seconds of the run. And speaking of which, the time is coming up. As soon as I enter this tunnel, the corruption meter will start going up, and once it hits 100%, there's going to be a whiteout, and that's the time. And time.
Oh wow, your computer crashed.
Oh wow, yeah, that's
Oh no.
so much for Goat Simulator. But I'd like to think this game is more robust than people give it credit for. I'm sure it's going to be able to recover itself. But that really is Goat Simulator 3, everyone. That was the Beat the Farmer category. We really have beaten the farmer, but at what cost?
It cost everything.
But I mean, we are a goat. We were out there for mayhem, and we got exactly that. So maybe no regrets.
None for me. None for me at all. Well, awesome. Would you anything either of you would like to shout out or plug or anything like that?
Sure, yeah. I mean, of course, big shout outs to Goat Simulator speedrunning community, other runners, Recult, who are active in Goat Simulator 3 speedrunning. And I like to think this is a really good first speed game, especially the DLCs. And there's going to be a new big DLC coming out soon. So I think this is a really good time to get into Goat Simulator 3 speedrunning. There's going to be new maps, new routing. So I think that's going to be quite exciting. And you can find me on Twitch every now and then, streaming Goat Simulator. And Hickey, where can they find you?
Well, I guess I'm on my channel too. It's twitch.tv/HickyMay. Shout out to you, Spectral, for this run. And shout out to chat for watching and cheering on with goats.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you both so much. That was incredibly chaotic and very fun. It definitely, playing these games casually, it's a riot. I cannot suggest them enough, so feel free to give them a shot. But for now, we are going to take a little bit of a break as we get set up for our next run, so feel free to get up, stretch, and I don't know, maybe check to see if you got any rocket boots lying around. But either way, we'll see you here in just a few short moments. All right, and welcome back to Awfully Silly, everyone. If you're just tuning in, we are going through it with some silly, ridiculous, awful simulation games. And we're going to be jumping right into another one here in just a second. Just want to remind everybody that SGDQ 2025 is around the corner. In fact, prize submissions are still open for SGDQ 2025. So if you're interested in submitting something, feel free to go on over to gamesdonequick.com for some more information on how to do that. Additionally, you can get ready for Summer Games Done Quick 2025 by checking out our SGDQ ambassadors. All throughout the month of June, you can support Doctors Without Borders by joining each of these ambassadors' communities and help raise funds and join their community and as a part of a lead up to SGDQ. So, !SGDQ ambassadors to check out the full schedule of that. All right, without further ado, we started with Goat Simulator 3 and Spectral, and what an incredible run. And we're going to continue to work our way through the animal kingdom here naturally. With Deer Simulator, though, there's a few extra E's in there, and I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm sure Shockwave can tell us. Shockwave, the floor is yours.
Hi. Hello, everyone. My name's Shockwave. Just in reference for what you just said, I don't know what the extra E's are for.
Well, what are you doing
I hope that
here,
helps
then?
answer your question. Let's simulator games. That's
Okay.
right. That's what we're doing, right?
Right.
Silly simulators.
Mm-hmm, that's it.
So before we get into it, just a reference of like how weird this is going to get. This is the main menu. You can do things like this, and then also do this. So dragging around. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the show going. Let's have some fun with this conception. I'm going to click this randomize button. You just tell me when to stop. So
now,
whenever you want it. Alrighty. This is gonna be about one more. All right,
better.
Yeah, let's go. Okay. All right. We're dressing for the occasion.
That's right. Fancy.
So this is my character. You might think this is Deer Simulator. Why do we have a human character? Don't worry. I will at least play the intro cutscene, but we'll skip the rest of them because you can skip every cutscene to save a lot of time. You can go ahead and start the timer now. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, this is the intro cutscene, so this will set the scene of what we're doing here. So there's the deer, by the way.
Wow, you're so brave.
Okay, so that's time. Thanks for having me, Conception. Appreciate it. No, I'm kidding. That's not time. The whole like lore is you're a human, you save a deer, you get hit by a truck, and then you die, and then you get to be reborn as, who would have guessed it, a deer. If you didn't start the timer now, you can restart it now. But anyway, we're going to continue on here. So there's a little tutorial at the start. Don't worry about this. This is normal. And we're going to grab our first little thing of weapons. I'll let this cutscene play out because it's funny. Guns are now antlers. Anyway, the first two levels of this game are destruction games. So the levels do change as you go through them. So first two are destruction. We'll get to the other ones later. The whole point is to increase the deer sanity rating in the top right corner of the screen. So right now I'm at rank D. You can see it fills up with red as I destroy things. The goal is to get it to an A rank, so that way I can fight the boss of this level. The best way to do that is to grab as many weapons as you can. Each weapon you can pick up twice for an upgrade, so it either shoots faster, shoots more bullets. In the case of a grenade, you throw more grenades. Buildings and cars are the best way to get deer sanity. Also, the police are after me. Don't worry about it. The police are also animals.
Naturally.
You know, that's just a lot of normal things here. This is like the DLC for Grand Theft Auto 6, probably.
Nice. You got an early build. Neat.
Yeah, you can see all the graphics in it that really like make it stand out. But see all the graphics in it
I was waiting.
that really like make it stand out. But now that I'm at B, the rabbits with rocket launchers will spawn. Yep, exactly as you expected. So I can grab these 2 rocket launchers. Because you can hold every weapon, basically. As long as you find it, you can pick it up and you can use it. And then I'm just going to keep cleaning up things on my way to the boss. So there's some cars, easy to your sanity, and some actual tech here. I'm going to sprint, look into the sky, and punch. I can now fly farther than intended. There you go.
I couldn't be better.
Yeah. All right. I'll cut that. Anyway, this is the boss. This is the kaiju robot dog. Don't worry about it. The way to fight him is to shoot the sheep on his foot, and then you shoot the trucks. Don't worry about it. And on the bottom of the truck is a button that you have to hit. You have to do that for both shoulders. Oh, he went really far away. Come back here. All right, there you go. Okay. All right. We can take a pause now then.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Okay, we'll continue. All right, cool. All right, we'll continue then. Anyway, second button. Oh, that actually hit. Okay, and here's the dog.
Naturally.
Hilariously, we also need this body, so I'm going to take it with me. Naturally. So to activate the time portal inside the pagoda, you need the dog's body and your own body. Okay, well, I guess he's coming with me again. And that activates the time portal, and now we can go to the future. Are you following along?
It's crystal clear. I don't know how people couldn't follow along. I am fully on board.
All right, cool. So the second level is the same as the first. So we can kind of just hang out and chill. The only difference is that this level, the requirements to heat each disaster level is significantly higher. So I'm basically going to do a lap of the whole stage in order to actually clear this level. It's just how they programmed it. So there's not really much you can do about it besides just doing a good route. Also, we get music.
Banger.
Dun, dun. Oh, okay, got hit by the monorail. Yeah, realistically, like the best way to do this is like you would find as many cars as possible in this level because the buildings in here are kind of difficult to destroy. But the cars that actually generate are random. So like every parking lot will have a different like a number of cars that you can destroy, different people, different vehicles, something like that. So you'll get all sorts of complicated randomness if you're actually trying to do this quickly. Like also a horse.
Of course.
My favorite kind of deer is the horse. All right. And at this point, you've basically seen this entire level. I just need to go through and complete it. So... Let's see. The police here won't really much to worry about until later. They do get like increasing difficulty as you go through the deer sanity levels, but right now it's just the sheep and I think the tanks. Oh no, it's the muscular sheepmen. Yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
Right. Muscular sheepmen.
Yeah, muscular sheepmen. And then the next one I think they just spawned is the rabbits with rocket launchers and the hippo tanks. Again, this is like, you know, very obvious of what's happening in the deer lore.
Yeah, the power scaling is very clear.
Oh no, we got the polar bear Gundams. Never mind. Sorry, rabbits are next.
Polar bear
Just casually, oh yeah, I forgot. It's the polar bear Gundams next, not the rabbits in the hippo tanks. Yeah, so this parking lot in the back has a lot of points. You can just get up here. All right. Excuse you. Please leave me alone. Thank you. All right, so we've made it to the back of the map. Now we're going to work our way to the front, and there should be a bunch of cars and mopeds just kind of strewn about here that can take care of. But fortunately, it looks like I didn't get good on the randomness, so we'll have to kill a bunch of extra stuff when we get next to the police station. All right, cool. Now we're at B. One more rank to go. I just gotta take this. Take my earplug out. There we go. And you can see, they even hit me and I didn't take that much damage. They're really, like, the police are not that much of a threat here. You can just kind of ignore them. And then I'm gonna clean up the human hamster wheels. Oh no, it's, sorry, the humans are pushing this, like, windmill thing, and then there's rats in the running wheels. This makes pretty much as much sense as Goat Simulator.
Yeah, that's the power plant, right? It's gotta be.
Yeah, the entire city is powered by the 2 rats and the hamster wheels, and then the 8 humans that are pushing the thing around. All right, I think this will be a little tricky because I have to go. I got really unlucky with the cars. Okay, they're really being aggro on me. That's fine though. Just have to go back and go kill a lot of stuff because I got really unlucky with what cars, the values of the cars. So there's some benches over here and some buildings. The police themselves aren't worth a lot of points, so like, yes, I could just turn around and just like get rid of this whole crew, but you can see it's like getting rid of all the sheep and they're barely moving the needle here. Oh, there's the hippo tank. Excuse me. Okay, can it move to A, please? Thank you. Jeez, that was getting just right there on the edge the whole time.
Little sweaty.
So we went to the future. Now we're going to essentially hell. Don't worry about it.
I won't.
Okay, and then now we're fighting ourselves. So there is actually a strat to this. I want him to use the katana attack, not the laser sword, and not any weapons. Nope. All right. You can see it's really quick to retry this, so it's actually worth to go ahead and retry over and over again. I'm going to give it like a few more tries, and then I'll just kind of wing it and see if it works out. Okay, not your neck. Nope, I don't need any neck. Nope, not the laser sword. All right, come on, buddy.
Come on, give us the katana.
So fun fact, this is they've actually had some updates since I last ran this game, at least on GDQ, and it did change the scripting for this. I got the katana. Oh, yeah, there goes the katana. It did actually update the boss script here. He actually does his attacks much faster now, which is kind of to our benefit. I haven't really done much testing other than that. Now we're also playing Twilight Princess, I should mention. Oh, hey, did knock me down. Oop, need this. There you go. Yeah, there's Twilight Princess.
I was gonna say this is the most intimidating Dark Souls boss I've ever seen.
The Elden Ring, Night Ring has nothing on this. This is what everyone should be playing. All right, so there you go. That boss is dead, and that boss is dead. Now we're playing Giant Robot Kaiju Fight, which is just rock, paper, scissors. So I'm spamming this to see if I can get a free hit. Got a free hit. It is just rock, paper, scissors, so I have a thing in my head in terms of left to right on the keyboard. It's red, green, blue in terms of what the enemy is attacking. So I just look at what the enemy's attacking, and then I just instinctively hit the correct key on the keyboard. I don't even look at anything on the bottom. I can just hide that, and it doesn't matter, but I'll leave it up so that way everyone else can see.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we did 2 levels of destruction. We did a boss fight to ourselves in hell, and then now we're doing a giant robot kaiju fight with time travel involved. Did you follow along?
This game has everything.
Yeah. So this is the boss we killed in the first level. We're now in control of him.
Yes, I could see it in the dog's face. Yeah.
So there actually is a choice. You could do bad ending, and that's where the run ends, which is right here. But if you don't fire, then you get the good ending. And then we can skip ahead to now we're in space on flat Earth, and we're fighting ourself, like actual human self.
Full circle.
Yeah, it is a full circle. It is if you look on the ground, it is a full circle.
Oh, full flat circle.
Full
Nice.
flat circle. Yeah, it's
Not a sphere. I didn't say sphere. You know what I mean?
oh, we're okay. We're going with the flat Earth.
That's what I mean. That's what. If I'm just going with what is presented to me, you know.
There's a flat Earth. There's a spherical sun. So at least we've got some conflicts here.
Okay. All right.
But yeah. So there's some things to note on this. This is entirely an auto scroller. So as long as I don't die, like I won't lose time here. There is a little bit of tech to how you shoot. You have to hold your attack button for a little bit for it to charge up like that, and then you do 5 times damage on that next shot. So it is worth to sort of time out the shots to let go and then rehold, let go, rehold. The other thing to note is you can see I only have 1 heart, but if you did notice earlier, I had 3 hearts in the other levels. You start with 1 heart, but every time you die, it'll reset you to the beginning of this boss fight, and then you'll get another heart. So there is a strat where if you're having trouble with it, you just die at the start of the fight, and then you get more hearts. There are some attacks that will one-hit you here. You can survive some of them, but not all of them. So if you're having trouble, it's easy to just like die, get a free heart, like just take the 10 to 15 seconds, just die twice, get 3 hearts, and then you'll survive every attack. But for the most part, we're through most of the boss fight, actually. We're just waiting for 2 more enemies to spawn, and then we get to do the last part. I hope you all enjoy William Tell's Overture.
Loyalty free, baby.
All right, so that's it in terms of enemies. But what I can do is I can do Fortnite dancing.
Please do.
All right, so this is the last part. I hope you like Undertale, because this is definitely not similar to Undertale in any way.
Okay. I believe you.
We're surrounded by the council. This is deciding our fate. And also get ready on time. It'll be on Fade to Black here. We can watch the outro cutscene, but it will be on Fade to Black. And there's one more jump after this. And time. Yeah. So this is the ending of the game. You've had no context to anything that's happened before, but it still will make just as much sense to everything you've seen so far. And by that I mean 0 sense.
So no sense at all. Yeah, exactly.
So we just grab the sun with our antlers and just smack it into ourselves.
Grab the sun. Why didn't I think of that?
But you don't have antlers, so that's why.
I'm not that smart, yeah.
That's right, dear. Take a bow. You earned it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I meant that literally
pose?
take the bow. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, Conception, don't look at the screen. It's fine. You don't need to see this ending.
Okay.
Yeah, don't look at that. That's fine. Don't look at that.
Eyes are closed. Could be possibly looking at anything. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not looking.
Yeah. You saw nothing there. You saw nothing. All right. There's one more cutscene, and then we'll be done with Deer Simulator. Oh my God! It was just a dream.
Oh, every good story ends this way.
Or maybe not. Why is the heart racing so fast? We're not even connected to it.
Just very excited, obviously, naturally. Yeah. One of those wireless ones.
Oh, that's why. Alrighty, though. That's it for me, though, with Deer Simulator. This game's cheap. It's on Steam if you want to go grab it. There's a couple fun DLCs that got some extra content. There's like a whole literally like a cargo ship in the first 2 levels of stuff to play around with that you didn't even come close to seeing. And there's achievements. We love grinding for those, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's it for me, though. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll just hand it back off.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. You know, you're super busy prepping for SGDQ and all that, so I thank you for taking some time out of your day to showcase the best game out there. So thank you for doing that. All right, so for everybody else out there, we're going to keep this train a-rolling with simulation games, though, but we are going to take a little bit of a break, so feel free to get up, stretch, maybe try to grab the sun with your antlers. We'll see you here in just a few short moments. All right, welcome back to Awfully Silly, everyone. If you're just tuning in, so far we've had an incredible run of Game Simulator 3 by All right, welcome back to Awfully Run of Deer Simulator. Another incredible run of Deer Simulator by Shockwave, because we're focusing on simulation games tonight, and the sillier the better, naturally, as it comes with the show. Did want to remind everyone as well, if you're curious about what's coming up on Hotfix, say the rest of the week, feel free to check out this week's schedule and explore the full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix, and you'll get a taste of what we have to offer going on this whole week. It's Monday, so there's plenty of hotfix to go around. All right, without further ado, though, we're going to jump in. This one, at least as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I know, not animal focused necessarily. No goat protagonist, no deer protagonist, just the Samuel protagonist. Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out together. But this is going to be Manual Samuel, and it's going to be run by Illegally Sam. So Illegally Sam, take it away.
All right. Hello there, everybody. I'm Illegally Sam, or in this case, Illegally Samuel, playing Manual Samuel for all of you today. And I am joined by a commentator.
Hello, I'm CMM or Clay. I know literally nothing about this game outside of its name, so this is going to be fun. I'm scared.
Yeah, you're in for a fun time, I will say that much, because this is a game, we're on the simulator episode of Awfully Silly, and this game does a great job of simulating the average day in a life of a guy named Samuel. I can attest it's very accurate, I swear.
Oh.
Sure. Absolutely nothing else weird happens.
I believe that.
Also, bonus fun fact, literally last week on Xbox, we got an update that added a speedrun mode. So that is where I'm going to be doing my run.
Yeah. Love a speedrun mode in the game.
By this art.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah, we're going to just hop into things and get going. So I'll give it a countdown and we can start playing some Samuel. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Of course.
Thankfully, the narrator still gives a brief synopsis of the cutscene that you skip every single time.
Dude, you already got a fractured jaw. Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, this is Samuel. He's just your average everyday guy, and, he's just got to, have a little bit of a fight with his girlfriend. It happens. But, we gotta relearn how to walk a little bit.
Oh.
How dare you startle my child?
Well, that seems bad.
Also gotta make sure we know how to blink. But yeah, we got a coffee. We gotta go make sure we pay for the coffee before leaving.
So I think I understand why this is called Manual Samuel.
What do you mean? It's just an average everyday day in the life of this guy named Samuel.
This is how you walk. I've noticed.
Yeah, what, you don't walk using the left and right trigger in your everyday life as well?
I usually I'm not skilled enough to do that.
Right, but make sure you look both ways before crossing the street, or else this might happen.
Which, by the way, is hilarious.
Oh,
oof!
And all the way to hell.
I mean, it's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, this is like I said, this is a very accurate representation of a day in the life of Samuel. This is my least favorite part of the day, the part where you get hit by a truck and end up in hell.
I hate that part of my morning.
Yeah. I'm so glad I'm not a Samuel and I don't have to experience this daily.
Yeah, it's just the kind of stuff we have to go through. It's the struggles of being given the best first name.
You really have it hard. Really have it hard.
That's up for debate, but all right.
You feel free to argue and chat about what the best first name is.
Well, you're missing your shoe, so that's already not great.
It's fine. Thankfully, we have.
I hope you don't step on anything bad.
Your attention span is horrible. Death wants Sam shreds of life in exchange for resurrecting. Sam decides to
All right, so yeah, this is Death. He definitely won't come up again. And by that I mean he is going to be an integral character for the rest of the game.
Oh, what happened to the person with the neck?
I don't know. He's not named Samuel, so it doesn't matter.
I know that wasn't very descriptive, but I know you know what I mean.
Yes.
The person with the neck.
The person with the neck, yeah.
But yeah, this is Death. He, in exchange for the ethereal shreds of life that we have after we die, he has agreed that he'll bring us back to life. But there's a caveat, and he's going to explain that to us now.
There's always a caveat.
Yeah, don't make a deal with death. It usually doesn't go in your favor. I've had to learn
Yeah,
that
or if
lesson.
you're in Final Destination, then you just don't win.
I mean, you look great, bro.
Well, that looks like me in the morning.
Which one?
Okay? Can you hear
Samuel.
me?
Or you don't wake up with a hoodie and a cap on your head.
No, not usually. I usually wake up with my face on the floor.
Yeah, I have to put the hoodie on and the hat on. I don't wake up with it.
Yeah, yeah. I was born with one out of the womb.
So you kind of have to do stuff on purpose.
But yeah,
It grows with me.
now Death is explaining our curse to us. In exchange for bringing us back to life, we have to survive a full day while doing every bodily function manually. So
Yeah.
for the rest of the game, we got to do all of our walking manually. We got to stand up straight manually. We got to blink manually. We got to breathe manually.
And
Hashtag breathing and whatever that said.
Blinking.
If you somehow die
Blinking,
within the next 24
yeah.
hours, you'll go to hell and I'll keep your shreds forever.
So this game
Really makes you yeah.
This game is a lot of multitasking because you have to keep track of so many things while also going fast.
Yeah, I guess this game makes you appreciate like your body's like automatic functions more.
Yeah, you have to do a lot of things manually in this game because, that's just how it goes sometimes. Gotta brush your teeth manually.
Well, you typically do that, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about standing up straight and blinking usually while also brushing your teeth.
How about breathing?
You don't have to breathe while you're brushing your teeth because you don't want to inhale the toothpaste.
Hey, dude, have you seen
That's fair.
By the way,
We're controlling the stream.
if I were to have breathed in after brushing my teeth, it would have instantly made him pass out.
Why is the stream so hot? You know what? Never mind. That's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, we just gotta, wake up in the morning, gotta go to the bathroom. That's just how it is. It is actually important for me to do that well because the worse I do at that QuickTime event, the more dirty I get. That makes taking a shower take longer.
See,
And that's
the
for real life,
hashtags are
too.
just making, yeah, the hashtags are just making me think like cursed Instagram influencer. Oh my god, hashtag took a leak. Hashtag rubbing up or whatever the hell is happening in this shower. Nice and clean.
Nice and clean.
Hashtag
There
nice
it
and
is.
clean.
There you go.
Yeah, this game is from 2016, so hashtags were a lot more ubiquitous back then.
I mean, there's still way too many, so that part hasn't aged.
Yeah, because there's like that little animation of opening the door, that's a great time to breathe in and out real quick, and you don't have to worry about anything else in the meantime. But we got to go to work, so we can't go to work dressed like this, just in our boxers. So we got to make sure we put on some
Who
clothes.
says? Who says?
Well,
I mean, in a post, like in the world of in the pandemic and stuff. Now I can, so that's the difference
yes,
between this and 2016.
about to say Samuel doesn't work from home, so unfortunately he has to get dressed.
Yeah, unfortunate. That sucks. Hashtag fully clothed. Don't think that's what you would use as a hashtag if you're an influencer, but sure.
Also, shoes are optional. Also,
Not fully clothed.
fastest way to get down the stairs is by falling down them, naturally.
Does he have to like pee again the way he's like walking? Looks like he has to pee again.
No, it's just he has to control his legs manually, so.
Okay. And his breathing, which is he's starting to.
Also, this arcade machine is very important. Remember it for like 20 minutes from now,
Flappy Rooster seems familiar.
as it flies off.
Supposed to or not supposed to happen. We'll never know.
Also, this is a cutscene where like it shows the TV, but like we still have full control during it, so I'm just all the way over here now.
Sent over a maid to make you breakfast.
But we're trying to go fast, so we're gonna skip breakfast and morning coffee, so we're just gonna go straight to work.
Poor Samuel. Would you have to digest it manually?
No, I don't think so.
Decides to go to
Oh, good.
Darn.
breakfast and coffee.
Listen, he said everything manual. So.
Everything.
Now, if I were to try and drink coffee, though, there is a quick time event for drinking coffee, and if you fail it, you just splash it in your face.
Third degree burn.
Yeah, he
Just
does
like real life.
scream because it's hot.
Yeah.
All right, but now that we've gotten ourselves ready in the morning, as I'm sure everybody does the exact same way, it's time to drive to work.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, Clay, what do you think kind of car we're going to be driving?
A Flintstones ass car is what I think right now, because I don't know how to drive, so I'm going to assume that Manuel Samuel has to run in his car.
No, we are driving a manual.
The death isn't real.
It is not automatic.
It was right there. Right there.
I wasn't. See, I should have suspected that coming from you, but like I somehow wasn't.
I mean, that's not even a me pun. That's a game pun.
Nobody.
Yeah, but you are the pun person.
That's
so.
fair. But yeah, we have to do all of our driving manually, so we got to hold down the clutch. And then once we have the clutch held down, we have to go ahead and hold down the gas pedal and release the clutch, and we're driving. And also, yes, I am driving barefoot.
And he's got does he have stick shift?
Yes.
Oh, good.
But first, we're getting through the entire tutorial for driving real quick because, you know, every time you drive, you get a quick tutorial, obviously.
I mean, you do have to reacclimate to manually driving manually in this manual world.
All right, but yeah, this is the part where he teaches us about using the stick to go up in gear. The car does go up to 5th gear, but we don't ever actually want to go to 5th gear because each gear takes longer to build up to the next one, and so we never really have to go faster than 4th gear.
And so
There is actually some optimization here, despite it looking like an auto-scroller.
new adventure together, cozy.
But this section is definitely more of an auto-scroller than any other part in the run. But we do have to make sure we don't hit any grandmas on the way.
As you do, yeah, in real life.
Yeah, you gotta just make sure you like swerve out of the way to avoid hitting them because they're always in the middle of the road.
Do you need to hold a button to hold his head up straight too?
Now that just happens as you swerve side to side.
Oh, okay. But you're still breathing, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
you can see I'm
That's good.
mashing A to make him blink from time to time, pressing X and B to do my breathing.
So if you don't blink, does he just get like really watery eyes?
Yeah, the whole screen goes blurry and you can't really see what's going on.
That's great.
Technically, I don't ever actually really have to blink. It's just that I can't tell what's happening.
Anyway.
So,
I mean, we want to see what's happening,
Exactly.
so that you're doing that for us. Yeah.
and also I do need to make sure I breathe in and out because if I don't breathe out and I try to breathe in again, then it just basically doesn't refresh his breath.
Yeah, they left.
And he
This
will
game
still
is so
pass out.
realistic.
Yeah.
So realistic.
Yeah, he turns a different color if you don't breathe in, and versus if you don't breathe out. Like if you don't, like when he's running out of oxygen, he starts turning blue, but he turns like a more of like a violet shade if you haven't breathed out.
In the middle of the road. Oh,
Interesting. See, when Sam told me the name of this game, my brain went to he was a handyman, but so far that is not that's not coming to pass.
We haven't gotten to work yet. You don't know what he does for a living.
Yeah, I don't know what he does for a living. Hopefully, surely it's nothing very complicated to do manually.
Hey Sam, you're never gonna make it to work on
Alright, but we
time
gotta take-
Why is it only grandmas?
Because regular people cross the street faster.
I think he lives in a retirement town.
And so
That's
Sam
my-
drives
Yeah, this is
the car
Florida.
to a
Canon.
place he has never been before. A place called
Well, that he's really screwed, isn't he?
Now we, I mean, we were just in town, so
I mean, the hell to Florida pipeline, you know, it's just
gang members.
Small.
right there.
yeah. But now we're taking a shortcut through the sketchy part of town.
Oh, crazy gang members.
But for some reason, there's a dog, by the way. You said there wasn't going to be any animals. There's a dog right there.
Don't you worry.
I like that we're taking a shortcut, and yet we've been driving straight this whole time.
I took a turn.
Did you? I don't remember that.
It was after the large crowd of grandmothers that I had to avoid.
Yeah, once you got out of the retirement village, got it. Or the retirement, like, compound, because there was a lot of grandmas.
Also, by the way, this is war. The reason why there was just a bunch of dead bodies all around is because of war here. She was just doing her job.
Oh, her name's War.
Aren't you supposed to like read
What does
a
that
bunch
shirt
of
say?
people?
It says kill them all.
Oh, yeah, that would track for someone named War.
Yep.
So I'm assuming she's Death's friend.
Yeah,
Right, Sammy.
they have a complicated history.
Interesting.
But yeah, I need to, now for the rest of the ride to work, I have to stop occasionally so that War can do her job with that shotgun.
Oh, so you're like, you're an accomplice. That's your
legally
job.
speaking, I choose to remain silent.
Ugly mortal.
Fair. Plead the fifth.
But your name is illegally Sam, so.
Sorry, illegally
Yeah, so we
speaking,
all
I
know.
choose to remain silent.
Yeah, we all know where you fall on this.
Yeah, as a result, I do kind of actually listen to the dialogue lines here, so I know when to stop, so I can start stopping
You are
sooner
so
rather than
annoying.
later.
You know I'm trying to quit. Fine, give me one. I hate you. Go right here. Stop here.
Yeah, because the times you need to stop are tied to the dialogue,
let's
and
go.
so if you listen for specific lines in the dialogue, you know when to stop every time, and you can start doing it preemptively. It saves a couple
Why
seconds here and
isn't he
there.
wearing any shoes?
Because he'd be a free spirit? I mean, no, he ain't no free spirit.
But yeah, now as we just keep going through the rest of this drive here, if you have anything you want to talk about, go ahead.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we always got stuff going on. Hey, look, we got a lot of events in the works here. So obviously we have SGDQ coming up in July, but even before that, this coming weekend, we have Sonic and the Sega All-Stars. So this is the annual Sonic Hotfix event that's coming back. And yeah, as mentioned, it's called Sonic and the Sega All-Stars. It's going to be live this weekend, June 14th through the 15th. At 12 p.m. Eastern. And this year they're expanding it beyond just Sonic Speedruns to include other iconic Sega franchises. So it's going to have more than just Sonic games. If you want to learn some more information about that or check out the schedule, you can type !Sonic in the chat. And yeah, just let us know what you're excited to see. The schedule is great, so there's a lot on there. Highly suggest people checking it out. So
that's the event that Amber helps with, right?
Yeah. Yep. Amber and Hypnotics
they're
and stuff.
fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, incredibly well-run event, incredibly well-organized, and just fun. Just a blast.
And I love Sega, so you should probably watch that. You love Sega.
Yes.
I'd never be
Absolutely.
getting used to those grannies.
Stop here.
Manual Samuel's not looking so good.
babe.
He's
Right
seen
now.
better days.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That fall down the stairs did a little damage to his face.
A little damage to a lot of things, yeah.
What you be
Also, in case you missed it, we did have Death shot at one point. Oh,
You be
dang it, the
getting late for
grandmas are
work,
back.
Bro. Step on it as hard as you can.
So yeah, I had to
Pesky.
dodge a few more of them in the meantime.
Yo,
But now since I have to
They
get to work,
wander.
I just have to get up to 120 miles an hour, and then this part of the game is over.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, simple.
I
almost fast enough
feel like you'd be maybe going 120 miles away from work, not to it.
Because when you reach 120 miles an hour, that's when your hood pops up, because, you know, that's just what happens when you drive over the speed limit. But,
Yeah.
you know, I think something bad might have happened.
Feces. Did we kill somebody? Oh, please.
Oh, yeah, hashtag
go
fudge.
Yeah, that's how you know.
Or something.
Sam goes out the door to see what happens.
So yeah, we kind of ran somebody over.
They're fine.
They are not fine.
They're fine.
I wasn't due.
I mean,
He
Death
wasn't
seems pretty
due.
choked up about it.
Yeah, because during that scene before, Death was telling us how if you accidentally cause somebody to die before their time, because he messed with your manual functions, he's going to be in deep feces. So thankfully, you have one shred of life left over, so he's able to bring this guy back.
Yada, yada, yada. Slap your
That's
salmon
convenient.
57 times in 24 hours or be dead forever. Now,
Does he have to do the same thing you do?
No, he was tasked with something very different.
I just had to. Anyway, let's get out of here.
Weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, Death
It's
described it to him, and he
another
ran off
busy day
screaming.
in RoboCorp Inc., where they produce automatic
All right, but now we're at work.
Oh, RoboCorp.
fun, convenience,
At RoboCorp.
and most importantly, safety. Finally, Sam makes it to work. And only by
But now that we're at
having the
work,
most
we
terrifying
gotta
design.
just,
He
walk
waggles
in,
towards
get
the
to our
entrance,
office,
still shaking
and
after
see what
the
happens
defense
along the
of
way.
his trade.
Because, now that we're at work, who knows what's gonna happen.
My nose off and a laser
Could be anything.
accident. They gave me a robot now.
I'm assuming you have to clock in manually.
RoboCorp.
We do have to get a key card from the receptionist because Sam always forgets his key card.
For the 7 billionth
Oh.
times.
Forgetful on that.
But because we have to tell him what we need, that doesn't mean we have to speak manually
all
now.
his brain energy on trying to speak well-formulated sentences.
And this is just about as difficult as speaking in real life is.
Oh, no. No.
I can relate to that.
Very good.
You can miss a couple of letters in this QTE and it will still count. So depending on how many of them I've gotten right, I will start just mashing at the end to get through it faster.
Oh, wow, we really are spelling.
You are a word.
This is the effective way to communicate.
Try not to lose
So,
it
and I have a new Arn.
Sam takes the
So
card.
yeah, now we have the card. And this is,
for his
I was telling
office.
Clay about the
The
interesting
elevator is occupied.
positions I have to
No
hold
time
this
for
controller
waiting.
in. So you have to hold left bumper while still using the triggers, and then also all of the face buttons along the way.
Sam goes in the third
So I'm
door
like,
to
I've
his
got like
office
6
area.
different fingers on the controller at once, basically.
benefits are awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
that-
This is Ingrid,
that's like finger twister.
secretary. Sam's office. A waste of space, according to
Thankfully,
everyone.
now that we're in our office, we don't need a key
Sam
card
doesn't
anymore. So we
do
just go
much
to
simply
our
because
Flappy
his
Rooster
father
machine over
doesn't
here
let-
and try to start playing a little bit.
Oh, it's back. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a very tasteful artistic piece there.
Mr. Samuel. Mr.
Couldn't agree more.
Rothenberg.
Yep, I think I can speak for most
Also
Samuels when
known
that's like a
as
very
Samuel
common
Senior.
thing for us to have.
Sam's dad.
He
Yeah.
seems kinda
Do you often
angry.
pose for those sorts of
Elevated to his
artistic
office.
depictions?
I don't have it like on the wall behind me, but I can guarantee
okay.
it's somewhere else in the room with me right now.
It's just off screen.
It's just off screen.
So you'll have to use your imagination. Yeah. I like hanging those pictures in my own office.
All right, but we do have to go talk with the CEO of RoboCorp, Mr. Welfenberg,
Probably a rich.
also known as Samuel
Elevator
Senior,
music
our
sets
father.
the mood for productivity.
Oh, you work for your dad. You're a nepo baby.
Exactly.
Interactions with his
Oh.
I was waiting for you to realize that.
to short meetings in his office.
Oh. Your dad's gonna be like, yeah, my son's normal today.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Just
having
my
a good
boy.
day. Oh, he's having a good day. Look at him.
This
You look better than normal, son.
Samuel Senior is sick of Sam, and now Sam has to work.
Oh,
in the
gosh.
basement. Put on some goddamn
That painting's great.
So yeah, he's angry with us because we never do anything at work, and so he decided today's the day he's going to teach us a lesson and make us actually do work.
Sam has done weird
Oh,
things.
that's bad timing.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but thankfully
Laphidium.
it's not too difficult. We just gotta
Laphidium is
take this
awesome. Why
Laphidium.
do we even need an
Don't worry about what it
Despite
actually
all
is. I
his
have no
efforts,
idea. It's just
Sam ends
Okay.
up working
It's just
for the
generic
first time
green
in his
rock.
life. At least he's alive.
Okay, I was
Sam's
thinking
job
like
is
jelly bean or
ridiculously
boomerang.
simple. He has to
but we
pull
have
the
to
lever, so a
take
chunk of
Laphidium, carry it
comes
with
down.
us, and put it into these robots.
Then he has to put the required amount of Laphidium in a robot slot.
Also, if I ever press the same leg twice in a row, he does the splits.
I guess we'll be back in hell.
I mean, at least he's capable of doing the splits without, some real damage there.
Don't know if he has a choice in that matter, though.
Yeah.
Friggin' skateboard. Relax my body.
So yeah, we just basically have to go ahead and head back to this console every time to grab a new piece of Laphidium, deposit it in the robot. There's 3 of these small robots, and then there's 1 big robot. The big robot takes 2 Laphidium. But in order to get to the big robot, we
course.
gotta open this door.
Sam figures out how to open an
So basically,
automatic
we have to open that door, and then it's on a timer, so we have to go back, grab another piece of Laphidium, and then walk back as fast as I can. But thankfully, because Sam is quite speedy, we don't have to worry about that timer too much.
That's a good security protocol. And then you also have to remember to breathe and blink.
Yes, I am doing that the entire time. Basically, the way
And talking.
I do it is Yeah, believe it or not, I am also breathing in real life. It might have been hard to tell.
he's doing that. What can't he do?
Wow.
The multitasking. Do you ever try to breathe for Samuel and then realize that you actually have to breathe for yourself and you forget?
Freaking skateboard. Gonna do a kickflip now.
Even that task gets
That's
too hard
unfortunate.
for
I
Sam.
accidentally let go of the right
Drops
bumper
incredibly
and dropped my
toxic
lithium.
material.
Oh, what happened?
Now it blew up, and that's probably not healthy. That's probably a health code
Now,
violation.
if I were to breathe that in, it would instantly make it so that my blinking is all messed up.
Skateboard. What I be doing wrong, yo?
And if I were to breathe it in, I would instantly pass out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that there's actual consequences for that. That's great.
All right, so yeah, I had to reopen the door so I can actually get back through and get the second piece of Liphidium into the big robot. But now that we have completed our job, we're gonna skip this cutscene.
All the robots
And
wake
yeah,
up
there's a
and
robot
leave.
uprising happening now.
You don't get to know
Because we
why.
skipped the cutscene, the narrator
Sam
literally
has to get out
says,
of
"Yeah, I'm
work
not telling you.
ASAP.
You skipped the
This
cutscene. Screw
time
you."
With a good excuse.
Don't you
I mean,
see
that's fair.
doorknob?
Sam
Did I really want to know
decides
why
take a
that
last
badly? I just wanted to see what would happen.
before his demise.
Oh, water cooler.
Oh, unfortunate. I missed the QTE, so I sprayed it all over my face.
At least it wasn't scalding hot coffee.
All right, so now that I have some water in my mouth, I can actually get out of here by breathing the water on that terminal from earlier.
Sam short circuits the door. He will
And we gotta
live
make
to
our way
breathe
through this giant
manually
cloud of
another
Liphidium.
day.
This is what happens when you run out of, like, you don't blink in a while. But thankfully, we could just charge through it, get to the other end of the room, and we don't have to worry about it.
Talking about, dude.
But yeah, because there's a robot uprising
Sam
going
has
on,
to fight a bunch of robots in a
we have to
manual
do
suit.
something about
also,
that.
the best thing ever happened. And you totally
Now his
missed it.
nose has seen better days.
So now we're in a giant
we
mech
need to
suit.
blow up those robots before
Yes.
they hurt somebody.
Old
As you
Death
would,
is pointing
yeah.
This is my favorite part of the day. The mech suit is usually the most fun part.
Oh, that's your favorite part of your workday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Too
That
many
tracks.
times, bro. Your gun kind of.
So yeah, while we're in the mech suit, because we have Death on our back like that, he is controlling our breathing for us, so we don't have to worry
Oh,
about
how
it.
nice. That's nice of
But we
him.
do still have to blink manually.
Another door.
Of course. Yeah.
And we do also still have to stand up straight manually, so something I didn't mention is that throughout the game, the controller will start vibrating at times, and if that happens, you have to press up on the D-pad to stand up straight, and if you don't, you will go limp and, like, start, like, falling over.
Throw me behind it so I can open it up.
That's
He
awesome.
hurls death
Game
without
rules.
blinking. His own
All right, so now that we threw Death, we do have to start breathing manually while Death isn't on our back. But the timing it takes for us to actually pass out in this section is not as long as it takes for, or like Death comes back before that timer even reaches the amount that I'd have to worry about it, so I don't actually have to breathe at all, which is nice.
Shield.
Oh, well, that sounds unpleasant for Samuel, but that's good.
So yeah, for the combat of this game, I have two weapons. I have the machine gun and I have a missile. The missile does way more damage, but it takes longer to recharge, and then the machine gun comes out faster, but it does less damage.
He encounters a running.
And so depending on the enemies I'm fighting, I'm going to want to use different weapons at different times.
I love that we're this far in and now we're doing combat.
Yeah, that's it.
Priceless Ming vases.
Well, how many times a day is combat part of your life? Because not enough for me, unfortunately.
Apparently, Sam's workday is filled with a lot of combat
And robots and
robot. Yeah, all the exciting good stuff.
Yes.
just born with the wrong name, you know.
Yeah.
It's just the privilege some of us have.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's a nepo baby. Are you also a nepo baby?
I was about to say, in addition to the Nepo baby part, I'm also named Samuel.
Yeah.
So whenever I come across one of these robots that has a shield, I have to throw Death at it to distract it. When I have thrown Death out, I can't change my weapon, so I want to make sure I have the machine gun out when that happens, so that I am able to attack continually instead of having to wait for the missile to recharge. Especially with these big robots, because I have to shoot their missiles out of the air.
That isn't looking so good right now.
I mean, he did just get thrown by a giant mech suit, so I don't blame him.
Can Death die?
No.
What would be cool?
Okay.
All right, so
Just wanted to.
there's a car here. We're just going to use that as a shield, naturally.
Yeah.
I hope that's not your car.
No. This is an automatic.
Okay. How he didn't get to drive the automatic. He only gets to use an automatic for a shield because everything in his life is just so complicated.
Yeah.
All right, so thankfully we're actually already almost at the end of this section. There's only a couple more robots left to take out before we're at the boss fight.
Robot, like, New World Order or whatever was kind of lame. I feel like they should stand a better chance.
I mean, they're not manual,
maybe
they're all automatic. That comes with the territory of the robot.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess manual Samuel is just too powerful for them.
It's more so the Samuel part, obviously.
Yeah. The first name buff.
All right, and that was the last enemy, so now it's time for the boss fight. You might have noticed I skipped a cutscene earlier with the maid bot when I entered RoboCorp. So now it's time to fight the main bot.
Interesting.
So we gotta just basically survive all of its attacks long enough for it to become vulnerable. And then, then we can actually beat it. All right, my health's kind of low, so I do actually have to care about this attack here. I can't just tank it like I normally would.
Is there a particular reason a maid robot has a machine gun and like bombs and stuff? Is that part of her daily cleaning duties?
Does it not make sense for it to have that?
I mean, I guess one way to clean something is to blow it up so it like doesn't exist.
All right, so basically I just alternate between 2 machine gun shots and then a missile, and at half health. Remember that Flappy Rooster machine from earlier?
I do.
God. Yeah, here it is.
Go!
If you get the boss down to half health and you activated that machine, it just kills the boss instantly. And it makes the fight way shorter.
What a waste of a perfectly good arcade machine.
True. That does hurt to see.
Yeah, things kind of
I don't like that.
went a little haywire after defeating the maid bot, because the orphanage got blown up. Death kind of got in trouble with Satan for all of the everything that's happened.
Yeah, I like that he's Satan because it has an S on his shirt, not because he looks like Satan.
No, the S stands for peace.
Oh, yeah. Peace. P-E-A-S-E, yeah.
Also, if you remember that food from earlier that we didn't eat for breakfast, yeah, it's gone rotten, and that messes up our blinking.
So if you eat it, I assume the food is not there, so it cannot go rotten.
Exactly.
That's great. I like that half of this game is a brick joke.
So yeah, instead of stopping to make sure I am able to fully blink, I just kind of power through it because it's faster. But our day's almost over, so we just gotta go back to bed, wait out the last few hours, and we're good to go. Our curse is over.
Surely nothing could go wrong in those last few hours.
Surely nothing is going to go wrong in our bedroom right now.
Right to Sam this is exciting stuff.
Something is going wrong in the bedroom right now.
A shotgun.
It's war. Why can't we be friends?
Sam gets killed and goes back to hell.
Because she has a shotgun.
Once again, Sam is in hell.
Yeah.
So yeah, she kills us again because Death got in trouble. War is taking over his duties, and she realized, oh hey, you were supposed to die 24 hours ago. What's going on here? But now that we're back in hell, we got to go talk to the gate guard here. And since we paid all of our shreds of life to Death earlier, we don't have any. That's a problem. Because we're supposed to pay all of our shreds of life to get into hell.
I
feel like you should be paying to get into heaven, but all right.
We're so bad that hell's rejecting us? What does that mean?
So yeah, since we don't have any shreds of life, we gotta go to hell jail.
Hell jail.
What is this what is this afterlife inflation that I need to pay to get into hell?
The afterlife economy is in shambles right now.
Yeah.
But the t-shirts are half off.
What's your favorite movie, mate? Mine is
I Heart Hell shirts. Right over to the side.
Yeah, I mean that's you can't argue with that deal.
All right, but now that we're in hell jail, we just gotta see what's going on in here. And what do you
Hell
know?
jail.
I'm not the only one in hell jail.
Is
Death's down here too.
Oh,
Yo, Sam. Oh, you came to
Yo, what's up? That's our boy.
Oh, you truly
Yeah.
a bro.
But since we're both in
that person.
go.
I was just say that person on the wall has been here at least one infinity.
Yeah, I like the infinity tally marks. I appreciate that touch
That's
a lot.
with one crossed out. Yeah.
That be the only way. Aye.
All right, but now that we're both in hell jail together, we got to formulate a plan to get out.
And put you
A planual.
Exactly.
Emmanuel Planual.
A manual planual.
So yeah, we're gonna take control of one of the guards using our manual powers.
Like strawberry or chocolate cupcakes, mate. I brought them both just in case.
So now we're inside one of the demon guards. And we gotta make our escape from hell.
And then get your butt to the spot where
You're just his head is just sticking out of his mouth.
Violently kills the guard.
Yeah, so these guards are all trying to stop us from escaping, so we gotta take them out. They all take 3 hits to defeat, but if we take 3 hits ourselves, we get knocked down. And while there's no like game over state or anything, it does lose time, so we obviously don't want that to happen.
And there goes another one.
Sure.
So you just gotta
These,
spam attack until you hit them enough times.
yeah, these, you know, despite how cool their gear is and how cool they look, these guards are not worth whatever they're being paid.
Let's just.
I have no idea if they're actually even being paid, so
Can't we all?
That's fair. Maybe they're not being paid.
This is
In
hell.
which case, you know, good for them. Yeah.
Can't we all?
Can we go to the Hell Shopping Center? Ooh,
Unfortunately,
Hell Taco?
all right. Also, we hit our head on the sign.
you made it. All right. Let me just open up a portal.
All right, but now that we've tried to escape hell, Satan's not too happy about that. So now it's time for the final boss. We're fighting Satan. But
With like Excalibur.
Satan doesn't have a health bar though. He has a patience bar.
That's somehow metal as hell. I can't explain
Yeah.
it, but it is metal.
I mean, I also have a patience bar. It's
A lot
for some
lower than
reason
that
pretty
one.
big.
A lot lower than
Yeah.
that one.
maybe compared to Satan, yeah.
So the way we block and dodge his attacks are either by raising our guard or doing the splits to go under his attack.
So wait, since you're in hell, do you have to breathe?
No. I don't have to worry about breathing.
Good.
I do have to still stand up straight, but that is the only manual function I currently have to do besides like walking and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Oh, and also, we do have to yell at Satan using our manual speaking.
Leave me. Leave of.
Leave me
Alone.
It's supposed to say leave me alone, but I missed a couple letters.
No, I figured, but
Also, we put out the fire by vomiting on it.
I mean, that is one way to put out a fire, I guess. Don't test that in real life.
And we do have to blink the vomit away afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want that in your eyes.
All right, and this is the part of the game that was actually made different in the update that came out last week, because this fight used to have like an extra like 2 or 3 attacks that you have to deal with, and now the fight's just way shorter. All right, but now we just got to push him back one last time, and he's out of patience. He's just gonna go ahead and kill us now, again.
Die more.
I mean, it was generous of him to give you so much time anyway.
Thankfully, Death comes to the rescue by distracting Satan with a kickflip. Death's entire character arc for this game, by the way, is at the beginning of the game he couldn't do a kickflip, and now he can.
Oh, good for him.
I'm so proud.
We love growth.
Holy feces.
All right, and time is coming up when I hit Satan one last time.
As distracted, Sam grabs the opportunity and grabs Satan's sword.
Satan just really happy that he did a kickflip.
And time.
Ouch. What a feces, dude. Sorry, dude.
All right, that's actually a really solid run. Even I had a couple mistakes in there, but that is a PB for me by about 30
Oh,
seconds.
wow.
GGs.
Congrats.
Let's go.
Incredible. Yeah, we've got a 36-34 on our end. I know you have the timer in there already.
Yeah, the game has an in-game
But-
timer.
Yeah.
Sam gets resurrected,
Yeah,
so do the three
I still don't know what in Satan I just watched, but
cinematic.
Also, the narrator does chastise you for skipping the last cinematic.
Where a
one last time
sort of
for the road.
man named
Mm-hmm.
But now Sam's a changed man.
His girlfriend.
Now that he doesn't have to do everything manually, and he reconciles with his girlfriend.
Whoa, you showed up on time for a while.
Hashtag
Drinking poison. Hashtag aw.
Right. Also, I want to pull up the leaderboard real quick because I know console record for this game is a 36:30 something. I just don't remember the exact seconds.
Oh, we gotta see. We gotta
So I'm
verify.
pulling it up real quick so I can take a quick look on my phone.
Wow. He got her 3 birthday presents. What a guy.
All right. So yeah,
And went on a date.
I was wrong. World record for console is a 36:29. I missed it by 3 seconds.
Oh, so close.
That just means I gotta come back and do more runs.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
I mean, if you were this close this time, you're gonna have it in no time, I bet.
All right, time for the run back.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got time, right?
totally. Yeah.
Just make everybody else wait.
Yeah. I'm sure they would love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that was incredible. This game is a gem. Any plugs or shout outs, anything either of you would like to say?
Sure. If you want to see more of me, I speedrun a lot of indie games. Not all of them are about people named Samuel, but at least one of them is. It's this one. But if you want to see more of me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/illegallysam. I will have a run in SGQ next month, so I will be prepping for that probably most of the rest of this month. So feel free to check me out if you want to.
Yeah. I don't have anything other than I think I just saw that Samuel's voiced by Roger R. Jackson in the credits. I don't know if it's the same Roger R. Jackson, but that's cool. Thanks for having me.
That's the first thing I pointed out too, because I'm a Scream fan. So I was like, is that Ghostface?
Yeah. And I'm a Mojo Jojo fan, so I love Ghostface Mojo. Also, watch the Sonic event coming up. That's
Yeah.
great.
Big shout outs there too. Awesome. Well, thank you both so much. Before we hop onto a break, just want to remind everyone that thank you so much for supporting GDQ Hotfix with your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered. So your contributions help keep our shows running. So if you enjoy the stream, consider subscribing. That's going to get you some exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to the chat during replays that we do. You can always support the stream directly as well by sharing Games Done Quick with your friends, family, loved ones. Feel free to show them the channel and let them get hooked as well. All right, but we're going to take another break here as we continue on with Simulation Day on Awfully Silly. Feel free, as we take this break, get up, stretch, maybe kick flip over death at your house, and we'll see you here in just a few short moments. All right, welcome back to Awfully Silly, everyone. If you're just tuning in, we are focusing on simulation games today. The more ridiculous, the better. We started with Goat Simulator 3, went to Deer Simulator, then went to Manual Samuel, which still did have a goat in it. So we'll have to see if this next one has any wildlife aspect to it. We'll see. But before we jump into that, we do have another event just on the horizon, which is our Juneteenth event. Back in a Flash's Summer Speedrunning Celebration, Juneteenth is coming to the GDQ channel, June 19th through the 22nd. So you can type in !Juneteenth in chat for the full schedule and visit gdq.gg/BAF to learn how you can get involved with the Black in a Flash community. And be sure to follow their new Blue Sky page, brand new, at blackinaflash.bsky.social to stay connected with them. Highly suggest following them and checking it out, as well as checking out this event, of which the schedule is absolutely bonkers. It's really, really cool. So you're going to want to check that out. Without further ado, though, the next simulation game is not just one runner, it is two runners, and they're going to be going head-to-head or working cooperatively. I don't know. Truckers kind of have this unique combination, brotherhood, sisterhood to it. We're going to find out as Laszlo and Anarchy take us through American Truck Simulator. I cannot wait to see what kind of energy this is going to be. Please show us how it's done.
Well, I don't know who this Anarchy person is, but I am Big Ranch, and I'm joined here by my amazing trucking partner.
Heavy Chevy, pleased to be acquainted with you.
And we're gonna be driving these trucks. We got some trucks going on here. I love a good truck. I've also got birds here.
Yeah, we got a little Founding Fathers action, and I got my cowboy truck. If you're talking about burgers, I have my colas. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to eat while we're on the road.
What else do you do, you know?
Yeah, so what we're doing a point-to-point race. So we're just traveling across the great state of New Mexico. It took me a second. I almost said the wrong state.
One of them.
That's the hardest part. So we're starting in Farmington, and we are racing over to Hobbs as fast as we can. No limits. We're just as quick as we can, and laws are optional. That's really all I have to say about this. It's definitely going to be a wild ride.
They sure are. We've got the traffic infractions turned off. We've got the police turned off. We speed limits are a suggestion. It's going to be great. We have no cargo either. We're racing for the love of the game. I've got my wide load here, and you got your waypoint set.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, Conception, why don't you give us a countdown?
I wish it was, you know how like in racing games they have like the person that waves the flag like in the middle of the road. I really wish I could do that for you, but just imagine that, picture it as I count us down here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
You're actually in the sleeper cab in Big Ranch's truck. Hey, what? I didn't realize there was collision there.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll do it. So, there's traffic here, but we're just gonna ignore that a little bit. Traffic law, never heard of her. A red light.
Already off to a great start.
Yeah, never heard of her. As you'll see on my screen as we're coming up, we're gonna be doing some parking brake drifting here. There is a fire truck. I can.
The light.
The light is green. The light is green. The light is green.
The light is green. The light is green. The light is green.
Took 1 point of damage for that though. 1 point of damage. Okay.
Just a ding.
Just a little scratch. We're gonna just squeeze on by.
Yeah. Just gonna scooch right past you. There you go. So this game definitely is an emotional turmoil of an experience. It could be like a clean sweep where Big Ranch just holds the lead, but probably not, because we're gonna make some really awful mistakes. Right. And the other drivers on the road are not gonna be kind to us.
I'm a perfect truck driver. What are you? I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
I've never once crashed this truck into anything ever.
I do recall just a moment ago that you might have gotten yourself into a heap of trouble.
I don't know about a heap. Maybe a smidgen.
A heap, like a smidgen. Yeah.
Maybe this is a teensy bit.
Just a pinch.
But yeah, we're driving through this great state of New Mexico. Really wish it was real. It'd be so great if this was a real straight you could drive through in a real truck.
Yeah.
If only.
If only.
I'll swap over to mine. Get a little more realistic with it.
Oh, you're in the first person mode? Okay.
Yeah.
Feels so immersive.
Mix it up. Got the physics on my cactus.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was looking at. That cactus swinging.
Right, so I'm gonna start driving down the wrong. No, it's fine. So up here, I think it's gonna become this 4-lane. It's gonna become. No, I lied. I'm a liar. I was gonna say it might go from 4 to 2, but it didn't. I just know I have crashed my truck really dangerously and badly there and taken a lot of damage. Went this parking drift.
I think I'm just gonna go this way. That bonus 3rd lane they don't tell you about in law school.
Exactly.
Ooh, right. I can recover this. We're good. Just a little 51%. Nah, it's all right.
Right. Already we started like 2 seconds ago. Oh Lord. I mean, we're already off to a better start than the last time we did this. 12 seconds was all it took for us to crash into each other the last time. 12 really seconds. Good. We're already doing much better here.
So this game does have like a damage mechanic to it where we'll see. The car might start to not want to participate. And then eventually it'll get to a point where if we crash so much, we'll have to get towed to a new location, which we work out the semantics of that depending on like where it takes us. Like if I went and it takes me somewhere closer, then we'll
have some shenanigans until then.
Yeah. Like this malfunction. It's fine though.
little malfunction. It's fine.
I love that I
love
can't see
guardrails.
what I can't see what you're doing, and I just hear oh, like
just like spiritually, we know what's happening to each other. Yeah.
Conception. What are your thoughts so far? Are you comfy? Like, did you take your, your break before we started?
I was comfy, but then I got nervous just then as we hit that guardrail. Whew, I was panicking.
Oh, we're all good. We've only got like I don't know, like we'll say like 5 damage.
Yeah, better.
I don't know. I really don't feel like checking. That's close enough.
What's the health on this truck? What's the health meter?
Oh, we're having a vehicle malfunction. Oh, Lord.
So if you look on my bottom right where it says A18, the gear, on to the right of that, you see how my truck is halfway red.
Yeah,
it's a little. That's the damage right
struggling
there.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, a little struggle. All right. Plenty of journey though.
Yeah. Oh, my truck's got it. She's unbeatable.
Really?
I say as she turns off as I'm going 90 miles an hour.
I was gonna say we're just gonna completely ignore this 100 miles per hour we're going in this 70 speed limit. You know, it's all good. The trucker's code. It's chill. We're just chill about it.
The trucker's code, and it's one rule, and it's chill.
It's exactly 100%. I've been saying this.
I hope this truck is in the lane I think it's in. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna have to pray for this exit here. Hope this. Oh. Okay.
Everything all right there, Big Ranch?
We've hit. Oh, we're gonna have to change differentials. Oh my! I think the truck is stuck. The truck is stuck.
This is my moment.
Okay.
You are causing a bit of traffic, I see.
Just a little bit. All right.
How do I avoid you? Excuse me. Pardon me. I don't know. Oh, whoa! There's an invisible wall there.
Okay. Well, I'll be seeing you. We're going to Santa Fe. We're going to Santa Fe. I'll be seeing you. All right. This is the first time
you
I've
got
been to
that
Santa Fe.
stuck? Ooh, I see what you mean.
Okay, I'm like all the way. Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't think so.
What's your ETA?
We're at 6 hours. 6 hours, 17 minutes.
You're here. I'm just gonna, because I could struggle with this, but I mean,
struggling's hard. It's hard.
Right.
It's really difficult.
I'm just gonna meet you over there.
All right. We should meet back up somewhere around somewhere. Somewhere. Oh, this is just not the right side of the road. Actually, that's just not right. Theoretically, if we were doing like real leaderboard speedruns, it is actually faster to strategically teleport to just get your truck towed to locations along the way when you're doing point-to-point speedruns. But you know, because we so love being truckers and just for the love of the game, we usually don't do that unless there's no other option, such as what you just witnessed happen to me. So that's all right. We're gonna get there when we get there. Eventually, whenever that is. At some point, we'll get there.
Concrete jungle's a little bit relentless. That was a really nice parking brake thing. Little drift.
See if we can hit this exit. I didn't even take the opportunity to okay, yep. There we go. There you go, wide load. There you go. It's a beautiful on-ramp, if I do say so myself. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Where? Okay, you're like farther than I am. We might do some.
Yeah, I towed to the same location, but I think you already.
Oh, I did not know that. So maybe we'll just drive that. We'll just do some shenaniganery.
Shenaniganery?
Yeah, we might just. That has this median. Did y'all rock with a median? Well, this is a little bit bigger than the median. It's just a little bit. I'm really loving this grass here.
Ooh, am I exiting? Ooh, no, we're good.
Yeah, you're gonna hit that. You're gonna hit that little circular bool. It's gonna be. It's great. You just hit a little park and brake action.
Yeah.
This is a really bumpy ride. I don't know about y'all, but really What's
your ETA looking?
5 5 hours, 40 minutes.
Oh, not that far.
Oh, I'm gonna
57.
hit this. Okay, well that's fine enough. We'll see. Yeah, you're like right around the bend. There's more time for you to have your moment. So I'm just gonna keep going.
Moments.
You can have your moment. It's not gonna be right now, but have your moment.
You know what? I do have some concerns. Is that my trucker is a bit fatigued. I don't know.
I just realized mine is a bit. Yes. So in this game, there's such a mechanic such as like real life, where you go to sleep and you rest and you feel rejuvenated. That might happen to you sometimes in real life. That is also a thing in this simulation game here. So if we don't rest at a certain point in time,
I'm sorry, this car just tried to run me off the road, and it was definitely not my fault.
Off the road.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you don't sleep, your trucker will start sleeping. Will fall asleep at the wheel. Essentially, is what's gonna happen. I mean, I think we should get there before that. It gets to that. At least in my case. I don't know
I was
about
supposed
you.
to take that.
Oh.
No, it's alright. I'm good. I made it.
Oh, you're like right behind me. It's chill.
It's gonna. No, I'm good. I'm fine.
It's so chill. It's chill. This is great. This is a beautiful scenery. Like I said, I wish the state was real. Mm-hmm. Ooh, beautiful green mountain. Ooh, we are swerving a little bit. But yeah, there's all these green trees in this desert. These mountains and such.
Never seen anything quite like it.
Not really.
Don't we drive through Roswell?
Oh, do you?
Ooh,
I think we do.
That was the scene of a crime at one point or another. Really, really interesting. So there's a certain restaurant there. It's called Burger.
Right. As they're known to be called.
Maybe a little distracted by Burger once upon a time and got completely stuck in a pole. We're gonna take this exit. Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful drifting skills. But yeah, I got really stuck there and was very behind, and then Laszlo had the really fortunate opportunity to get hit by a train almost. So that's how that ended.
Yeah.
that's how that happened.
That was the end of that one, that's for sure.
It was a whole experience.
I'm getting scared is what's happening to me right now.
Right. All right, we're gonna see if we can park and brake drift this here exit. This is gonna be a really, really sharp turn.
Come on.
Really. All right, we'll see. There's some cars here. I really would like it if they were not there.
Shout out to I-40.
We're just gonna do that. Oh, there's a whole invisible wall. Okay,
The
we're not
invisible
stuck
walls
this time
are just so oppressive in this game.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Really are. I'm just gonna scooch on by.
I wanted
you
to
there,
see a
pal.
badass truck drift, and then here we got invisible walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ruining my
should have maybe
opportunity.
kept going on the road there, but it's so fine. It is all good.
I see a train. I'm being
I'm about to
reminded.
start. You're having flashbacks.
Oh, I need to
I'm
go
about
that
to
way.
I see you.
Yeah.
Oh! I'm about to start playing chicken with this 2-lane highway here. Oh, not a vehicle malfunction. I was in my hubris. It might be my downfall because I was at the tow place and then just didn't repair my truck at all. I was like, oh, we're fine. 8% damage though. That's pretty good. I think we're gonna take a rest here just so we don't start falling. Oh! Okay, come on. Hey, okay. We're gonna get coffee because we're online. At the convoy.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna cut this guy off. I think he'll
Helps wash
be
the
fine about
burgers
that.
down too. Yeah.
Yep. Our burgers go to bed in our little cab back there with our pillow that says "Truck Yeah." Just truck yeah.
Got to put your burgers to bed.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, yeah. There's a good. I'm gonna take the sleep sweat.
Oh, I see you.
Get my coffee. I have new mail. I think it's my driver's breaking up with me. Is what's happening. So
that's a choice way to put it. That's a choice way to put it.
Right before we started, I checked my mail, and I have some drivers that I've hired, but I may have forgotten to buy them trucks to drive in. And they sent me an email, and they said that they're sick of me, and if I don't buy them a truck, they're gonna leave me.
Oh, that's a whole light pole. It's fine. I'm just gonna reverse.
We're good.
Reverse it there.
Just
it's
back
chill.
it up. Back it up.
Back it up. Bring it around town. It's all good. All good. So fun. Oh, how wonderful.
I could bypass the nearest way station.
I see you.
Isn't this where we're... I'm just going off of memory. Okay, yeah.
All right, it's like so fine. We can just drive the truck backwards. Like, it's chill. I'm not gonna hit this person. Oh, that's median. We're just gonna... Gotta hurry up. I'm losing sight of you.
I'm trying. I just went around a turn.
Lock in.
I'm recelerating. Don't worry.
Recelerating? Totally not a normal word in the English dictionary.
That is certainly
used in that situation. That's definitely a way to put it. That's a way to put it. Gotta recelerate.
Gotta recelerate.
You were coming up to some traffic. Might have to make use of this third lane over here.
We also don't advocate for any of the driving practices that we do.
Yeah, no, don't do this at home.
You have a hard time advocating for these driving practices. This is reckless at best. At best.
At absolute best, yeah.
Big Ranch, I don't know if you're getting the same thing I do now, but like I keep getting clips of really dangerous truck driving sent to me and people going, this you.
Me personally, I'm quite the purveyor of the compilation videos of they're called Idiots in Cars.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
It's just like 10-minute compilations of people doing stupid stuff in cars.
Have you seen sorry, I interrupted you. You can
That's okay.
Have you seen the one channel? Oh my god. Wait, I thought you were done.
We're gonna this is
sorry, it's this desert heat's really getting to me.
What just happened to me? I couldn't stop.
I see a lot of traffic.
That wasn't my fault. That was already there before I got there. First off.
I'm good. That was only 2% damage? Wow.
I don't know what just happened to me. I just was gunning for the other side of I don't know what just happened to me. Oh my goodness. Oh, chat, that's a clipper for sure. Oh my goodness. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Oh Lord.
While you were doing that, I kissed the ground a little bit.
What?
Did a little tip.
Ooh, we just passed the iFlop. Okay. We're about to pass the scene of the crime where the burger is at. Over there, I got stuck in a pole, like right there. There's the burgers. It's just the restaurant is just called Burger.
Ooh,
there's no nothing. Just here's Roswell. By the way, we're passing Roswell. There's a photo place there where you can take a picture with your truck. But we got places to be and things to do. So
we're zooming.
We're gonna be skipping right on past that.
Do you have a preference on whether Dream Burger or just regular burger is the better establishment?
Me personally, I prefer just regular burger.
Yeah. No,
There's
I get
nothing
that.
like a regular burger.
Yeah.
Just burger.
Just burger. Plain and simple.
Regular ass
Exactly.
burger.
Regular burger.
There's other food establishments in this game. We just passed the iFlop. There's also a place that's takes after burgers. It's called Tacos.
Right.
It's just called Tacos.
Yeah.
Ooh, the sequel.
No name. There's just Tacos. What do you have in you have cola? Just cola?
Yeah, just cola. Well, it's trucker cola, actually, to be more specific.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
you got to get that on brand.
Yeah.
My truck
I
is
got my off-brand
malfunctioning.
Timberlands on the floor too.
Right, I got me a little. That's fine. Got me my duffel bag in there. All right, we're gonna hope there's just nobody on this other side. We're gonna hit this like such. Oh. Is the train coming? Can we just,
Is the train coming?
I don't know. I thought I heard as such. Okay, well, there's no invisible wall this time, so I think we're fine. I think we're good on that occasion. We're almost there.
Yeah, we're really almost there.
We're zooming. We didn't have as many incidents as
I don't know how to
usually
fix this. I
happens
don't know
when
how
we
to
do
fix this. Okay, I'm good. I don't know how I. Oh, I have to turn. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. I'm alright. I'm pretty sure that like I got rear-ended, but I didn't take any damage for it.
Okay.
It was free.
That
That one was free. Yeah.
Yeah.
I may have. Yeah, no, it's alright. I can.
Right. Yeah, we're almost there. I got about 1 in-game hour till we get there. I don't know how that converts to the non-trucker time, but we're like almost there.
This has been honestly like I feel like relatively mild.
Yeah, this is like the best I think we have ever done. Yeah, we had no. Well, I'm not gonna say nothing. Actually, I might. Never mind. Actually.
No, go ahead, say it. Put it out into the universe.
No, I don't think I will. You'll find out in approximately soon. But yeah.
Just a little.
I will say there are quite a lot of people that play this game, both this game and Euro Truck Simulator. This game has quite the thriving community.
Yeah.
Just like normally, there are a lot of people that love to drive trucks. They love to drive a truck. They're currently on their way to adding every United States state in the game. We're currently, I think the newest one announced was South Dakota, as well as Louisiana is also one of the next additions. So we're about
Missouri
like
just
halfway.
recently came out, yeah.
Yeah, we're about half-ish way through the Continental. I don't want to say it like that. The Continental.
And if you swapping up the accent,
British Truck Simulator all of a sudden.
You went to Europe.
Yeah,
you went to the
Euro Truck Simulator. All right, we're approaching Hobbs. We're coming up on time for me for Big Ranch. Do I have to hit the? Oh! Oh, it's fine. They're okay. It's okay. Oh, we're having a vehicle malfunction. Oh no, we're right here. No. Please. I'm literally right there. You can see it. I'm one turn away. Oh, we're just gonna. Yep.
I'm not too far behind you.
Okay. We're almost there. As soon as I turn in here, for me, it's gonna be time for Big Ranch.
Come on, old girl. We're almost there.
And time. We're gonna hit that crazy style. Oh.
Crazy
Damage to my truck. Oops. I'm amazed she is still driving. Oh, we just hit another truck in this. Oh, they're beeping. Oh, they're beeping.
I just entered Hobbs.
We're gonna figure out what direction my truck is going. There we go. We're just gonna back her up, not hit the pole this time. Got a little surprise here.
I know I have to make. All of you move. Excuse me, all of you. Ooh, excuse me, everyone. I have to make this turn. Sorry. It's all right. I'm just taking these hits and I'm almost there. All right, I'm pulling up. I felt that in real life. Woo! And that is time for me as well. Oh man.
Oh, that was great. That was the best we've ever done this.
That was fantastic. Yeah.
Not a single car flipped over or 100 damage not till the very end. What a great job, Heavy Chevy.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, Big Rich. I commend you. It sounded a little hairy. Thank
Y'all should
you.
be very proud.
Thank you. Are you okay? No car sickness? No.
Yeah, you're good.
You good?
Great passenger.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, great. Cool. Sweet. We're going to get you a
Hungry
Kenworth
now,
and we're
but-
going to... Yeah, well...
We're going to train you.
Absolutely. I'm in. I'll start
Absolutely.
thinking of my cool trucker name. I don't know if I could beat either of your names, to be honest. They're both pretty incredible, but I'll do some brainstorming.
Yeah.
In the meantime, anything either of you would like to plug?
Actually, I'll go first.
Yeah.
As Conception said, Juneteenth is fastly approaching. It's going to be next week. If you enjoyed this really unhinged truck driver energy, we're going to be back for that. I'm going to be driving the truck solo this time, and we're going to have a Heavy Chevy in the passenger side. We're going to be moving these burgers right along
With
over.
the car seat on.
With the car seat. And we're going to be doing that at Juneteenth. It's going to be great. I believe it is on the 20th. It's day 2. I think it's the very end of day 2, if I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah,
make sure you go check the schedule and correct me if I'm
Right.
wrong. because I might
11
be-
Eastern, something?
Yeah,
something like that.
around that time. But I've been Big Ranch, Anarchy ASF. You can find me everywhere at Anarchy ASF. You can also find me on the GDQ Twitch channel. I have my own show, Hidden Heroes, great, every other Tuesday, so it'll be next week. But yeah, Heavy Chevy, go on, do your little shout outs.
I don't have a whole lot. I'm not much of a streamer, but if I did, it would be the accent just sticks. It's so involuntary. It would be at Lazlotus. Shout out to Anarchy for trucking along with me. It's been so much fun, like taking my enjoyment of this game to the next level and doing silly little convoys like this. I'm gonna be on commentary for Anarchy's backyard baseball run at SGDQ
Oh, I cannot wait.
2025.
Oh, there's that also.
Yeah, I
Yep.
was waiting for you to say it, but I'll say it for you.
I forgot.
Anarchy's got a couple runs, so if you want to check out the GDQ schedule for that. I also just want to give a final shout out to Lady Arcaders, great community. Come join us on a track mode sometimes. Stream twice a week, Thursdays and Sundays. And I think that's everything
Excellent
for me.
content.
It's good content.
Yes.
We did this just a couple weeks ago, and that one
it was a lot more.
That was a
lot
hoot.
more unhinged.
That was a hoot.
Yeah, it was the hoot nanny there. There you go. Mhm.
Absolutely. Thank you
But-
so much, Conception, for having
Yeah.
us.
Yep. Thank you so much.
I can definitively say the pleasure is definitely all mine. So thank you for that. Thank you for showcasing that, and thank you for bringing your incredible personalities to it too, because that was just a lot of fun. All right, everybody, we're going to take one final break before we go on to our last simulation run of the day. So feel free to get up, stretch, maybe hop in your car, drive to New Mexico, come back, and then we'll see you here in just a few short
30
moments.
minutes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Awfully Silly, where we have been focusing on some incredible simulation speedruns. We've gone as far as Goat Simulator 3 and Deer Simulator. We've got American Truck Simulator, Manual Samuel, all of these incredible simulation games, and we're capping it off with a music pièce de résistance. That's right. The best music game that it has ever been, and I think nobody will debate me on that. It's just facts. You know, sometimes things are just facts like that. We're going to have a very unique and interesting simulation, quote unquote, speedrun of Wii Music. I don't know any Wii Music enjoyers out there. I played it a lot when it came out. This is going to be the Pitch Perfect category. It's going to be run by 8VA Luigi. So 8VA, the floor is yours. Let's hear some incredible Pitch Perfect music.
All right, hey everybody. Welcome to this finale of this episode of Awfully Silly.
Yes.
My name is 8VA Luigi. You could just call me 8VA. And this is Wii Music. Now, if you remember Wii Music, you probably remember making music videos and jamming with your friends and playing the equivalent to Guitar Hero, but for 3-year-olds because you can't fail. But here we're going to go in the back of the game to this mini game section, and we're going to select Pitch Perfect. Now, there actually is a category that plays all 3 of these mini games, if you'd believe it. It's called All Mini Games. it plays Me Maestro, Handbell Harmony, and Pitch Perfect. Me Maestro is basically a conducting simulator, but the optimal strategy is just to waggle the Wii remote really fast. And then Handbell Harmony is just an auto scroller. So Pitch Perfect is definitely the most like video gamey type of game here. So there's 8 levels, 10 questions each, all of which are rooted in some fairly basic to somewhat intermediate ear training. And timing is going to begin when I select level 1. That's going to be in 3, 2, 1, go.
Whew, good luck.
Thank you, thank you. So here we're just going to do some simple pitch recognition. The speaker's going to play a note. And we're going to drag the me that's playing the same note. And somewhat suboptimal RNG in that it wasn't my very first poll, but that's what happens there. And by the way, there was a really funny YouTube comment that I read on Speedrun that used to be world record. Here I'm just finding the 2 notes that match. The comment said, "Thanks for helping me cheat." And that doesn't work because in this game, all 80 of the questions are randomized each time. So that doesn't really help in any discernible way. So here we just have to find the one that's playing the lowest pitch. We got a ridiculously high tuba there. This is really interesting, and one of these happens per level. This is the mood question. So that's actually the hardest mood question in the entire game because they're exactly the same rhythmically, but in terms of pitch, they sound different. So you actually have to wait a little bit longer for each of them to play. And as far as like time save, time loss, it very much benefits you to get the mood questions right, because when you don't get them right, it plays the entire example over again and then tells you got it wrong. All right, so here we're just matching a 2-part harmony that was played by the speaker. By the way, if you're a new runner to this game, if you want to pick it up, the game's really cheap. But also, I think I got my first disc for about $5. But also, if you're a new runner to this game and you're confused and you're not necessarily going as fast as you'd like to, that's okay. Anything that has a note or group of notes played by the speaker, you can just click the speaker again and it'll play it.
Ooh.
So, yeah. So that right there was what we call a checkerboard level. It's like probably the most video gamey, not related to any ear training. The notes there are just going to be prearranged, and there's always going to be a me or multiple me's that you have to move to match the rhythm of what the tune is supposed to be. And you'll see later on that gets a little bit more challenging. So level 2 is like kind of the same as level 1. There's not too much of a difficulty spike. Nice RNG there. The 2 me's playing the same pitch were right next to one another. So perfect. I just wanted to take a little time and detail, some important runners and, just the general history of this category. So how I got into it, my friend Hendrix just brought over the game one time when they were hanging out with me. And we played all the normal Wii music stuff. Making our music videos and flailing around the Wii remotes so we could, make it be like a trumpet hitting the 1 and 2 buttons. But then we also ventured into the mini games, and it's actually really interesting. The Pitch Perfect mini game, if you're playing it multiplayer, it's co-op, and it cycles who answers the questions by spinning a wheel. And I got the questions really quickly, and I was like, wait a second. Is there a speedrun for this? I was just getting into speedrunning at the time. And I saw a really familiar name on the leaderboard. That was Insane in the Rain Music. And that's a fairly notable VGM cover YouTuber. And he had world record for a little while. But then there was also Kefka14, who has been a mainstay of the hotfix. I know Kefka's been on Awfully Silly a few times.
Quite a few times. Yeah, me and Kefka are friends. I've done some commentary for him and vice versa on different runs because he tends to run some very silly stuff. So.
Yeah. I watched the Elmo's number journey one pretty recently.
That one was great.
I love that the controller reset code on the N64 controller just like doubles Elmo's movement speed.
Oh my gosh, and it looks so silly.
But yeah, when I saw that there was a speedrun category for Pitch Perfect itself, I was like, I have to do this. And that was like right around 2021. And there was a long-standing world record holder named Theon who runs a lot of the other Wii series games, like Wii Sports Resort, Wii Sports, Wii Play. And that record was long-standing for a little while until out of nowhere, a runner named the Bassoonist 7513 just broke world record pretty much out of nowhere. I believe his first run was in the top 5 of the leaderboard.
Wow.
And yeah, the world record was in 1848 for a while, and the Bassoonist very quickly got in 1844. And then I was able to break that like a couple months after. And the funny thing is, we both kind of knew that the world record was still pretty beatable because in my world record, I answered one of the questions wrong.
Oh, so definitely some room for improvement. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Got it.
So over that summer of 2021, myself and the Bassoonist 7513 exchanged world record leads 11 times.
Holy.
Summoning Salt, if you're watching.
Very good. This will be the next one for sure. I feel it.
Hey, you never know. Wii Sports got one.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're not wrong.
But anyway, yeah, we were able to exchange world records a lot of times. And I think one of the Bassoonist's longest standing world records was in the summer of 2021 in July when I was on my honeymoon and could not contest it in any way.
Well, at least you had your priorities right. You had your priorities correct there, so that's good.
Bassoonist went to focus on life a little bit longer, and I decided that instead of picking up pickleball, that I would pursue optimizing world record in this game. And so
I think you made the right choice.
I was able to get the first ever sub 18-minute time in 2022. And then for a multitude of reasons, I wasn't like running the category for a little while, but I kind of reignited my flame in 2025 and was able to get a 1750 and then later on a 1749. So I'm really proud of what I think is going to be the final 10-second barrier.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I'm proud of that and I'm happy about it. So anyway, I figured it was probably important to detail some of the important runners in the world record history, but let's get back to the game. You might have noticed that I have a prompt here for identifying the me that's playing an incorrect note. So we could tell that it was the distorted electric guitar, and I could because I'm wearing headphones. This entire game is panned in stereo. Anytime that there's a me on the left side of the screen, it'll like play it over there. And vice versa with the right. If it's in the middle, it'll just sound pretty balanced. So it's easy to identify the incorrect notes that way.
Yeah, makes sense.
Shout out to my friend Bokua Mimi for telling me about that. She's a legend. Okay, this might be a frame perfect trick, but it also might not. Oh, it will be. Good. Thank you. Okay. Yay, I got it. By the way, Conception, if you had told me that, 2 runs during this block would be using themes from the New World Symphony, I would have bet you like a month's salary that it would not have been the case. So I'm glad, that didn't come up.
That was not planned, but for some reason, I tend to find hidden connections between the multiple games that get featured on this show often. It happens way more often than I expect.
Yeah, when I was hearing that during the Deer Simulator, I was like, wait a second. I'm going to play the second movement of that later.
Well, we get the whole deal, almost.
So just a little brief explanation for what I said was a frame perfect trick earlier. It was on that checkerboard where you want to one cycle it. And what you want to do is sometimes that second note in the sequence will be stacked on top of the first one. You just want to drag it over as quickly as possible. And that helps speed things along. It's really beneficial for a new runner to one cycle all of those checkerboard levels. The easiest ones to learn are 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, and then 7, 8, and sometimes 4 are really hard. You'll see why. Okay, that harpsichord was playing a crunchy F sharp. So we're able to identify that it was the wrong one. Most of the runners in the top 5 of Pitch Perfect have a quality called Perfect Pitch.
I was going to ask you this, actually, so I'm glad you're bringing it up.
Yeah, so what Perfect Pitch is, for those of you that, might not know, is that people are able to hear a note and identify exactly what it is. And most of the top 5 runners of this category happen to have that quality. I don't personally think it really makes or breaks you, because I think it's a combination of, execution with the Wii remote, good ears, and good RNG. And we've had a fair amount of both, or all 3 tonight. All right, so that's a 156. Because this is like kind of a marathon setting, I'm not at all worried about this, but it's worth highlighting if you want to play this game, at a competent speedrun level. You might notice that there is a timer in the upper left-hand corner, upper right-hand corner of the screen. I know my directions, trust me. So in the upper right-hand corner, there's a timer that ticks down as you're answering a question, and then it adds 15 seconds once you get it right. That doubles as your score. Now, because, this game was not intended to be speedrun, it was long before any game had like a speedrun mode built in. If you meet or exceed your high score on any level, it plays an unskippable 4-second animation.
Of course.
It's a nice little world record jingle. And, it's nice, but at the same time, it's very frustrating.
Yeah, punishing you for being too good.
Yes. So the way to get around that is to play IL's individual levels and just guess for like the first 4 or 5 questions. So you can get I think this was it. Nope. Hold on. I'm struggling for some reason. World record holder, by the way.
Hey.
Nope.
It's not easy every time,
Oh. Okay. I don't have an excuse for that one. I just, a lot of the instruments do have pretty similar timbres, but it happens.
It is not an ear training, which is kind of what this is in a way, is not an easy skill. It is so difficult.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
And that is coming from someone who does not have perfect pitch, but also has a music degree. So
yeah.
it was a struggle. It was tough, but you can train it.
Especially with percussion, where not everything is melodic at the start, right?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, very much. There's a lot of battery and a lot of just rhythmic instruments, yeah.
All right, so this is the last easy checkerboard. The next 4 are really hard. So there's kind of a difficulty progression in this category where you might have noticed there's more me's to choose from each time we advance in a level, but then also the intervallic distance between the notes is a little bit smaller. Imagine that you have a piano and you're just like playing a lot of the close together keys on it. That's kind of what we have to deal with here. So that happens, but then in level 7 and 8, it actually gets even tougher because we have to identify even like more harmonies. There's a 3-part harmony that we have to identify and a 4-part harmony that we have to identify.
Oof. Yeah.
And we also have to do 2 checkerboards where for all of them, so that's 4 checkerboards in total because levels 7 and 8 each have 2 checkerboards. We have to move 4 Miis on each of them. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, so I love this mood prompt for... It's just such a nice little melody. Okay, so we've got a 3-part harmony to match together. And of course, the last recorder that we needed was all the way on the right side. Again, you know, there's a unique blend of RNG in this game. Okay, that 4-part wasn't too bad. Nice major 7 lo-fi hip-hop beats to study and relax to chord.
Yeah, everyone starts studying.
All right, this one's a little tough, but I think we can do it. All right, nice. All right, let's see what question 10 brings to us.
All right, let's see. Be favorable.
This one's tough. Good. Yeah, whenever the Miis are like bunched up at the beginning, it's just to, you know, kind of makes your heart skip a beat.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is the 8th and final level of the category.
Here we go.
And we start off with a bang with really favorable RNG.
Go.
That's not too bad. Again, when you minimize like the amount of other Miis that you have to click through, you know, the better off you are. That right there, we just drop it in the bucket. I'm convinced that the middle Mii saves the most time.
It feels like it. Shortest distance, maybe.
Yeah, that one's a tough question because, again, all 4 of the instruments have, like, pretty similar timbres, but unlike my brain refusing to work in level 6, I was able to get that down, no problem. Goodness. So this is, like, one of the tougher questions in the game, just because that timpani is so tough to distinguish. All right, we have to do 2 more harmonies and then really hard checkerboards. Okay. I use the technique that, you know, I told new runners that they should do. You know, grab the speaker, have it play again. Oh, all 4 ukes were right next to one another. And
Yeah,
let's see. Let's see if I can nail this one. Both of these 1 cycles, actually. This is, oh, goodness. Remember what I was talking about in level 4?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. I got it on the right square, but it was just a hair too late.
Yeah.
This one should be easier. Nice.
Yeah, nailed that one. Yep.
All right, so time is going to be when I hit the A button to clear level 8. And that's time.
Woo. Well done, Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I obviously I know with the background how much technique goes into it, but just seeing it executed that fast and that quick, very impressive. Well done.
Thank you, and thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. Do you have anything you'd like to like shout out, plug, or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, you can follow me on Twitch at 8VA Luigi. You can follow me on Blue Sky at stk8va.bsky.social. I usually post, things that I think are funny about music and video games. So if you happen to be watching at this point, I feel like there's somewhat of a vested interest there. But thank you all once again.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody as well who tuned in to watch Awfully Silly. But if you missed part of it, or if you missed out on Perilous Pass before or anything like that, that is all good. You can stay tuned. We're going to have a replay of Perilous Pass followed immediately by a replay of Awfully Silly coming up right after the break. And if you're interested in checking out more Hotfix content, be sure to tune back in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the next round of live shows. We look forward to seeing you there. But yeah, that's going to be it for Awfully Silly tonight. Hope everyone has a good night, and we'll see you in a few weeks for the next one. Bye, everybody.